Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. So we've got the ever awesome gang here. So we've got, well, let me put names on these avatars, although you do know everyone here, right? We got Clobbering Times. We've got Maddie's daddy with a C-sharp note. And the ever scary dad man walking 55. So welcome.
Where am I? Who are you?
I don't know. Where are you?
Who are you? Just kidding.
Who are
Hi,
you?
Mark.
How are you?
Who are you? Yeah. Wait, am I in the right stream? Oh crap! Oh my god! Am I in the right?
Just lock your ovens.
Right? Yeah. Deja vu all over again. And hey out to everyone in the chat. Sorry to running late. Yeah, I was getting my tea and doing some. You know, you always plan like I'm going to be ready, and then you always lose. That's why I always schedule 10:05. But thank you for hanging out. Hail to Apollo's Minion and Truck Dog. See me, go check out those shorts. Yep. And let's see who else is in the chat here. We've got
Puppy.
And happy holidays, everyone. Brian Hepburn. Hail. Thank you for being here. Hungry for a femme anti-hero as cool as Serverland. Well, I started watching Devil Girls from Mars, and she's kind of Serverland. Was obviously much later. No, but she reminds me of Serverland a little bit with her getup. Yeah, with the short hair. I started watching that. Yeah. Serverland's rules. Good, bad.
Oh, love it.
Very good, bad. Hey, Stephen M, a.k.a. Kal-El. Great to see you. So hope everyone's getting ready for the holidays. I got my tree up today, my artificial tree out of the attic. That's going to get loaded with about 20,000 Star Trek ornaments soon, and Star Wars and whatever else. Yep. JPRP. I forget. Is that Joe? Is his name? First, I'm sorry, Joe. I think it's Joe. I can't remember. Crappy memory.
Maybe John.
Thank you for or is it John? Yeah, that's probably what it is, John. Because usually I'm wrong.
I think so. I haven't seen JPR in a long time, but I think it might be John.
You. Yeah. And Claude's here. Hail to Claude.
Hey, Claude.
And let's see who else has rolled in. Let's see. And maybe Courtney will show up today. We'll see how she's doing.
No, I think she said she can't make it.
She can't make it.
Did you get Steve M? The other Steve M?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay. That's Phantom.
She said she can't make it.
Sir? Oh, yep. She can't make it. Okay. Bummer, but I'm sure she's.
Where's okay. Fanty's here?
Yep.
There he is. There's Fanty.
Yep.
Oh, my stream. Yeah, StreamYard's a little bit delayed from the YouTube here. So let's see. Let me get into the YouTube chat. That always works better. So we had some big news this week, right? I mean, we had a bunch of trailers coming out, right? So we had the Indy 5 trailer, right?
Even some RVs.
We got Guardians of the Galaxy. And Pleasant Valley's here. Hey, Pleasant Valley. Said may just lurk, working on some stuff. Well, that's all good too. We appreciate lurkers too.
My friend.
Lurk away. Yep.
Yes.
Lurk, but don't twerk.
You jerk.
Yes.
Does anybody say twerk? Hey,
I said lurk, but don't twerk.
She-Hulk. Where's your clip from She-Hulk?
I'll have to find that one too, right? Yeah.
I don't know if he has that.
I do have She-Hulk, yeah, but I don't know if I have the twerking one. Yeah, that's what I always thought whenever I wanted to. I was waiting for years for a She-Hulk show, and that's what I was waiting for was She-Hulk twerking with someone I've never heard of before. But until people, is it Megan Thee Stallion? Was Clobber and Tom's favorite singer, right?
Oh wow! According
Sorry, I
to
was muted.
Phantom Outsider, Bob McGrath, Bob from Sesame Street,
Yep.
passed away. He was
Oh.
90.
Oh,
He
Crap.
was 90.
Yep.
That
Now
sucks,
you didn't hear it on that website 5 minutes ago, did you? Because they all weekend I've seen them posting or people posting stuff from a website called 5
on my
Minutes Ago.
page.
On your page, Klobby?
On my Baxter Building Basement page for my show from the past 2 weeks. I mean, 20 of them at a time. I delete them as fast as I get them, and they go and I ban the user, all that stuff, and somebody else puts it. All these really unbelievably stupid, disgusting-looking death hoax posts.
Oh, they're hoaxes, right? Yeah.
Oh yes, they had Mr.
But they have to be somebody well known. They wouldn't do it for this guy.
Yeah.
Nothing
No,
personal
I've
with this
seen
guy.
it for a few hours now, and from enough people that it looks legitimate.
They're doing it for Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone and Alan Jackson and people
Mr.
like
C.
that. Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Yep, that's right.
So
yeah,
Messages.
I don't know what kind of sick pieces of
it's
space
garbage.
filth. Yeah, it's Schwarbage.
And that they are.
They're
Yeah,
Schwarbage.
First of all, yes. I mean, where do you get what's so much fun about that anyway? Yeah, you shock a few people, then everyone then the 15th time they see that, you go, all right, we know it's fake, it's stupid. You're not doing anything other than being an a-hole. You're not funny.
Yeah. They're making.
Are they doing it for clicks, maybe?
No, well, I don't know.
Yes, but they're making people sad for clicks, and it's people like that should be beaten.
Yeah, they're just scum.
No, I know. I think it's horrible.
It's not even, that's what I'm saying. It's not even like a joke to play on anybody. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
And just raw and just disgusting.
Yeah.
Pretty bad, yeah. I gotta try to find I went to see them when they were doing a tour, like they would do like a live action tour, and I think they still did that, or maybe they still do it, kind of like a go meet Sesame, the guys and gals from Sesame Street and all the puppets. And I think it was, I'm trying to find the picture, and he was there. I just remember, it's one of those memories as a kid where you can't forget, where you go you go to see someone, and it's just really cool when you get to meet your heroes like Big Bird, and
Why don't you tell me how to get to that street? Yeah.
That would be very nice.
There's a picture somewhere that somebody took. It's obviously an insider where they have the Sesame Streets, all the Muppets, and they have like switchblades and like really angry eyes, and they're gritting their teeth. And a few years ago, I made a meme out of it and said, "Well, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?"
Right?
Yeah. So
I'm trying to find that picture.
Yes, turn it on public PBS. Well, it used to be. Is it on that anymore, or they moved it somewhere? I think HBO or whatever.
Yeah, I think somebody else has it now after like 50 years or 60 years or whatever it was. Yeah.
Definitely help kids learn to read, and a lot of real educational. No, there's a lot of good stuff about that.
I put on classic ones for Maddie sometimes.
Yeah, right. They don't go out of date, right?
There's one. It's so cute. There is one where a singer who had one hit song. Her name is Feist, I believe, or Feist maybe, and she does a song. Oh, 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 we're counting to 4, and she's holding up a 4. And Maddie took the 4 out of her playmat, and she sits in her high chair and dances along to the song with her 4. It's very cute.
That's cute.
Cute. But
nice.
Bob. I think Mr. Hooper was the first to die. He must have died 25 years ago or something. Of course, he was an older cast member back then. And I think actually, maybe I shouldn't say this. One of the, let's say, rather large avians of the Yellow Persuasion, I believe that original actor has passed as well.
I think so. Too. So.
Yeah. So
I'm remembering right. Yeah.
And then somebody. Well, we won't talk about somebody's legal troubles for their.
Oh.
Yeah, the little red guy who speaks of himself in the third person all the time. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, they found something on his computer. Whoops. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, a lot of people get caught. Yeah. A which is
Yeah.
you never know, unfortunately, who.
Well, if they're doing
what,
it,
it's
hopefully
scary.
as long as they get
Yeah.
caught, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but it's scary stuff. Yeah, the quarterback in Florida just got caught, right, Dad? Man, you're the football guy.
Really? Gators?
Yeah, one of the, was it the Gators or
He had to-
another
he had to
Florida?
go somewhere.
I was away. Hold on.
Oh, sorry, Dad, man. Who was the?
Yeah, no. He was the
Was the
backup
son of an
quarterback
NFL
freshman. Yeah, John Kitna's. Who's coaching out in Texas now?
John
Yeah,
Kitna's son?
Jalen Kitna. I mean, I'm only saying it because it's public news out there in the media.
yeah.
now,
Yeah,
is that they? If you read some of the news reports, it sounds.
Really? Oh, boy.
Just check the stories out for yourself and see what they said and what they talked to him about, and it's. But yeah.
not good. Yeah,
No,
like we had where I live next door, they like they want to borrow internet. This was like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. So there's a church next door, and oh yeah, Phantom, I remember Wonderama. Yeah, remember that. Kids are people too. Yeah. Don't let people cut on you online just because you're a kid. Yep. Remember some of those shows, and they want to borrow internet, and I didn't do it. I was going to put them on Wi-Fi or something because we can't afford the internet. Yada yada yada. And then they got a new pastor. And then we come home and all these, news trucks are in front. What the hell is going on? And he got zapped for stuff that I won't even say the name. And thankfully, thank God I didn't loan them my internet or connect because it would all been on my IP address. And then people kept defending the guy. He's such a nice guy. I mean, maybe he was a nice guy to you, but then
Yeah.
then when we printed the report, we had 10 terabytes of stuff that you can't repeat what he had on his computer, and so I was always dodged a bullet there, thank God. So
yeah.
you can only imagine. I mean, knock on your door, hey, can we check your internet? My God, that's scary stuff. So thankfully, they caught the guy, and he's got locked up for a while. And
There was also, I don't know what it's about Florida, but there was a thing not quite a year ago, I don't think, called Project or Operation March Sadness. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but they caught former Disney employees and some former judge, or the judges were former, the Disney employees, I'm not sure, but they were involved in a child trafficking ring, which.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe they're, yes, give them a trial and then put them in a wood chipper. I mean,
Yepper.
people that hurt children just have no right to exist, in my
Indeed.
humble opinion. Of course, we're all dads.
Agreed.
Here, so,
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
boy, we got on a cheery note tonight.
yeah, let's get on a different subject.
No,
However, to finish on a good note, though, all the reports of and some people have tried to say that Mr. Rogers was a pedophile as well.
Oh,
but there's no evidence from anyone who ever knew him that he was anything other than. As a matter of fact, when the '89 Batman came out, and I saw an interview with Michael Keaton on, I think it was the Today Show, and he used to work on Mr. Rogers. He was like a stagehand on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood way back in the day.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and he told this story, and I think I've actually told this before early on, Mark, in one of your first streams. He told a story that they would try to get Mr. Rogers to break character because they were sure there had to be a way to get him to swear or something.
Yeah, do something. Yeah.
Yeah. So when he reached into the closet to get a sweater, one of the crew hands one time was standing there completely naked, and he said Fred he reached in, he grabbed the sweater, and he kept going with the show and didn't skip a beat. But according to everyone, that's how he was. He was just what you saw.
That was him, right?
Yeah. So
our friend Nicole and Steve, she dragged me to see that documentary about him that was pretty interesting a couple of years ago.
The one with Tom Hanks?
No, it was a documentary about him before that.
Okay.
I forgot something to do with the neighborhood. I forgot exactly.
I would have gladly gone with her, and not just because she is, Let's face it.
Oh no, I'm
But
just saying.
Mr. Rogers, I like seeing stories about the genuinely good.
It seemed pretty.
people-
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
He was
so,
the
hey,
real
Tiger
deal.
Strips.
Yep. And hail to
I
Tiger
can't remember
Stripes.
the name of that. Cardinal Sin, what's up, buddy? And hello there, the lovely Tiger Stripes.
Oh, it's Cardi here. Hey, Cardinal.
Cardi.
Hey, Cardinal Sin.
How
How's
you
it
doing,
going?
sir? You
Good
know,
to see you.
Cardinal Sin does so
Hail
many
to
interesting
Donna.
shows, but I don't get any notifications on any of my subscriptions. So the only ones that I really show up for are the ones that I know are there, or I've watched some interesting ones. So the one with Tracy Torme was really interesting on Cardinal's channel.
He's had him on many times, yeah.
Yeah, but well, the last one, the one I saw was the last one. But I never get subscriptions. The only time I see, Valkyrie or anybody or Cardinal or Lord Dolphin,
Raymond.
Lord King Dolphin,
Raymond,
Raymond, yeah.
Well, you can
Is
also
if,
check
if
your.
I turn on YouTube, just happen to turn on YouTube at the time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
One thing I'd recommend: make sure you check your browser settings too, because there's also a browser setting to turn off all notifications. So normally
It's
I end
on.
up clicking those.
It's
No,
on
within you checked your browser. Yep.
Yeah. You told me this a few months ago when I
Yeah.
mentioned it,
Yeah.
and I checked and it was on. So I don't know where the.
It's weird.
Maybe I have hundreds of subscriptions though with all my CG stuff and my nerd stuff together. So maybe it just said,
Right.
okay, that's it. We're done.
Well,
you know what I
turn
do
off
get?
most of those.
What I do get, like if you have an upcoming video, Mark or Dadman or anyone that I subscribe to, and if I happen to see it, like if I'm messing around, so then it says upcoming so and so, and I click on notify me, or for my own videos, I do get a note right when the thing goes on the air, whether it's my show, your show, whoever, Gary or Doomcock, whoever it is. If I hit that notify me thing, it does on my phone. My phone.
Oh yeah.
Gets
That
an
does
alert.
work.
Howdy, Trevor Cunningham. I almost said at.
Hey, Trevor. Dave G.
Every time I see Trevor, I think of Steve Trevor. I think of the
Yes.
the Lyle Wagner one, which to me is
Lyle
still-
Wagner. Yeah.
Steve Trevor, yes.
Steve
yes.
Trevor.
The man who died many times in comics. And came back many times.
Can't keep a good
Lyle
guy
Wagner.
down.
Lyle Wagner, who almost played Batman. Look at you, man.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Well,
Now,
he was
you
up
know-
for it anyway.
Because I got the Batman 66 Blu-ray deluxe set, and there's some
Yeah.
fantastic outtakes and
Hey, Donnie.
fantastic clips on that.
Yes,
How's it going,
indeed.
Donna? Yep.
Donnie Pearson.
Howdy, Donnie.
And so Donnie says, we lost the greatest Batman of all time, Kevin Conroy, and then we lost the Power Ranger legend, Jason David Frank. A lot of people loved him. He was really good on Power Rangers, and he had a great connection to his fans. And Bob
And now
McGrath,
Bob.
yeah.
One of the
He was
things
so
that I'm-
friendly too. He was just such a friendly face.
He was a great
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
When you see him as a kid, he was just someone that you fell in love with these people. And you just they're just so so happy to see them every day. So they were just so nice. And
I think Donnie may be behind in the chat.
I did that last night too on the Star Trek.
I've done it plenty of times.
I missed the comment. I wanted to hear a comment again. And I thought I went live again, but I was like 15 or that's why my review was late.
I say that because he mentions Alan Jackson and Dolly Parton, and that we were talking about them earlier, but that's so I'm speculating.
My I have to have two windows open, one for the StreamYards where I annoy you guys, and then one for the the channel as it's broadcast, and that one is always
it lags behind.
Yeah, and the longer I go without updating it, without moving the slider forward, the further behind it gets.
Same here.
Yeah, if this was a 3-hour show and I didn't move the slider, by the end of the show I'd be about halfway through.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, so Phantom, was it Phantom that told that story about before I forget, I don't know if I should divulge this or not, but I found a clip of Kevin Conroy saying Maddie. And I'm very seriously thinking about getting out the pencil and the paper, and Hungry Boy will appreciate this. Getting out the pencil and the paper and animating Batman
Oh,
saying
do it.
hello,
Oh, wow.
hello, Maddie, because he does it in his Batman voice.
And is that part of the one of the episodes? Obviously,
animated
you know,
series
just a
episode.
character.
It is
Just a
not.
character.
Isn't it?
No?
It is not. No. So
Oh.
Where'd you find the voice?
so he did the, what do you call it? The thing where you can go on and you can like pay to have somebody do a
Yeah.
shout out for you.
Cameo or whatever.
Cameo. Thank you.
Cameo.
And
Yep. Yep.
for some reason I can never remember that word. And he
I think
did
that's
one,
what it is.
and actually it's a guy, Matty, but he says hello, Maddie.
Oh, okay.
As
That
Batman.
works.
So I think I'm going to clip that together with some other stuff and do
Oh.
for Maddie. Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
I'll do it in the style of course, I say this now. I mean, I'll probably die before I ever get the chance to do it. But although I do need to send you for Hungry Boy because he wanted to see it. I do need to send you, Mark, the running horse animation. I haven't put Maddie on yet, but I've done the horse.
Okay.
I've told that story. If y'all don't remember, where I have audio from of Maddie's heartbeat from the day before she was born, and it sounds like it sounds exactly like a galloping horse.
Well, it's fast. Yeah, the baby's heartbeat is super fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if it'll pick up on the mic, but it's like,
yeah, you're like, what's going on?
I'm like, well, to me, the first thing I thought was, hey, that's a horse.
Well, because your heart is so small then that it's beating super fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that's very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tech is so much better now too. I remember, when we did the ultrasound for my first daughter, and they're like, you can see the baby. I'm like, this looks like a blob to me. It looks like a horror movie.
A doctor, but doctors
sure.
look at that and they can see, here's
everything,
the eye,
yeah.
here's the brain, here's the lungs, and I'm like you. I'm like, man, I'm an artist. You think I'd be? I know anatomy pretty well.
What
I don't
the hell
see
is
it.
this? Is this Pablo Picasso here, or what happened?
And then,
but I mean, like you said, the nurses and the doctors see it all the time, so their brain is attuned to it. And they actually have 3D ultrasounds too now. They have some. I don't know how common those are, but I was looking at some of the tech on those. And oh, hey, Editor Jill, how's it going?
Jill. Howdy, Jill.
Hello.
Jill.
I like that tweet where she had today with all the different names, different variations of any derivative Jill could be out there. That was a good tweet. Yep.
She said her baby's first ultrasound looked like Tweety Bird.
Yeah, you're like, awesome. What the heck is this? Yeah.
And
as long as they know that you're safe, I guess. Yeah, or the kid is doing okay.
And then it turns
like, you sure?
Yeah. A few days later, they're squeezing your finger.
Yep. And cry.
One of the best things in life. So,
and that cry that's that piercing cry that just wakes you up no matter what. I'm a deep sleeper, but there's something about when your kid is crying that you can't sleep. The tone or I don't know what it is, but I sleep through. In college, I would sleep through smoke fire alarms, and huge whatever noise was going on. But that the kids crying, boom, that would get you up.
Well, they say that an evolution is such an interesting thing. They say that that women can hear higher pitched sounds than men can, or they're more attuned to the higher pitched sounds for just that reason. Because throughout our early history, when the baby had to be fed, man was completely useless. We were less than useless. But a woman would be aroused by the sound of that crying baby, that high pitch, whereas a guy would sleep through it. So I think we talked once about these other evolutionary changes, like when men are sick, they're big babies, because the men who didn't feel pain intensely died out in our early history, because they would be getting a cut or something on the hunt for the hunting and gathering, and the men who didn't feel the intense pain would ignore it, and then they would die, and their genes would not get passed on. Whereas
so the real tough guys didn't get passed along yet.
Yeah.
Are you calling me a wimp?
I'm calling us all a wimp, man. But women, at least what I've read in several occasions, in that women were the opposite, because the pain of childbirth would be so intense that women who felt pain intensely would die just from the pain, and so they did not pass on their genes. The women who who were less sensitive to pain passed on their genes. So that's why we've got women who can take, you know, the mumps, the measles, the flu, the chickenpox, and still be, you know, skinning the bear meat and making jerky out of it, you know, reshingling the roofs. Whereas a guy gets the sniffles and he's like, "Is that you? Let me just see your face one more time." Yeah,
Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it.
yeah.
Cats mimic the sounds of babies in their meow to get us to feed them. Well, that's damn smart.
That's pretty smart. Yeah,
Pretty smart. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. Don't
yeah.
call cats stupid. Yeah, they know their thing. Yep. Oh, Tiger Strips says, I heard the screaming baby on your shoulders is a decibel equivalent of standing next to an active jet engine. Well, it felt that way a lot of times, I have to say. So,
Tiger,
yeah, that's
Tiger.
one-
I don't know if Tiger Stripes is a man or a lady, or maybe I should
believe
even
a
ask
lady.
that question these days. Okay, because yeah,
You're not allowed to ask that question these days.
I guess we're not too, but well, but I think it makes a difference when you're talking about that particular baby on your shoulder. I've never had Maddie's never really screamed, so
Oh, you're a lucky guy. I
well,
remember we
she's-
were on an airplane trip going to Disney World or Florida or somewhere. Like the first trip with my youngest, and she was like 6 months old or 8 months old or very young, and we got separated. You know, the seats weren't together. Not going to get separated. I was like in the way back, and my daughter was screaming, crying. I go back to my wife, like, you know, why don't you just feed Nicole? What, you're just giving her water, give her food. She's like, but I don't want to mess up her schedule. I'm like, F the schedule. I didn't say that, but I'm like, we're on an airplane. Don't worry about her schedule. She'll be fine. You know, with the food. And as soon as she gave her formula, then she quieted down. You know, it's like she's giving her, you know, when it's your first kid and you're trying to do everything right. And you're just like, just give her water to keep her on her schedule for food. It's, you know, so yeah.
Hail
Hey, Michelle. Good to see you.
O'Rourke. Now, do you pronounce it Johansson or Johansson?
Hey, Michelle.
I know David Johansen or David Johan. Yeah, that was his famous singer.
Well, I mean, the actual is Johansson, but most people who are English speakers
Johansson.
Johansson, yeah. So it's like we say Darren Munchausen, because we sound like you know, like idiots going Munchausen, but you know, you don't want to sound like that guy who's like, excuse me, it's pronounced karate.
Yeah. And excuse me, it's Fort. It's not Forte. You know, that's actually the way you're supposed to say it. Everyone says Forte, right? No one says Fort. You know, that's technically how Forte, technically how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be pronounced.
Wait, what's the correct way? I've been saying Forte my whole life.
No, it's supposed to be Fort, but
Really?
no one ever says it. Yeah.
It's French,
So
I
it's
assume,
not
right?
Yes, it's supposed to be Fort. Well, I don't know if it's French or it's. But I was reading something. It's supposed to be Fort, you know, and it's related to a musical note too. I think too Forte or Fort. We don't have Courtney here, but yeah. So it's actually Fort, not Forte, the correct pronunciation. But
Dave, don't even start the Namor. Let's not even go. It'll just get ugly. You know, just get ugly. You know.
Namor. Well, he's referring to the stupid movie though, where everybody jokes around. He always says Namor. So it's kind of like Paulie likes to make fun of Namor. You know.
Pablo did that, and Pablo actually made it sound. I mean, if you walked up to a woman and said, "My name is Namor," you like would probably be you know. So. Hungry said it's Ben Green, not Grim. LOL.
See, Tiger Stripes agrees with me. Yep. It's Fort, no accent. Yeah. One syllable. Yeah. But
well, there you go.
But if you try to say that, yeah.
That's John Forte.
Ben Green.
It's where we pronounce things incorrectly so often. And there's one right there, because everyone says often, and it's a silent T, like in soften or listen.
Yeah.
But when I say soften, people, you know, are like, why are you saying it like that? I'm like, what, the correct way? Or Neanderthal.
Xavier.
Xavier, yeah. Or how
Oh,
about
yeah, because they would they'd say X Xavier. It's just Xavier. There's no X. There's no
Right.
two. So the nuns would.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
right. It's like a Z.
X
Yeah.
Xavier. Yeah, so it's Xavier. It's not X Xavier.
Well, people in New Orleans say it that way because of the university.
Yeah.
They say Xavier. Xavier. No, I can't do it.
No, I got you.
You did. You get. I was also thinking about Neanderthal.
Yeah.
Because we all say Neanderthal, and I'm guessing it's like a Nordic word, like Thor. We say Thor, which
Yeah.
to my ear, Thor sounds tougher, and Tor sounds, I don't know. But what do you guys think? That man?
Thor sounds
And
way better.
Did we lose
Thor
Dad Man?
for sure.
No,
don't
Dadman's Dadman's here, right?
I don't know. Maybe he had to run to do something real quick.
I think
He said he's back.
yeah. Yeah, so Tiger Chef says to
I
use
don't
two syllables is an
Syllables.
English affection that is perceived to be correct in French, but Ford has no accent. Yeah, there's no accent. A goo, I think, on the end.
JD
And I
Lewis.
should know because of my last name. Yep.
Yes. Hey, JD.
Clobby and I should know that. Hey, JD. Clobby and I should know that, being from Louisiana.
Well, which one?
Forte.
Oh, Forte. I always said Forte.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I
too.
mean that's what everyone says. Yeah, yeah.
Or even Fort B.
Happy Sunday, Fort B. Yeah. Steven
Phantom
says
out-
it's supposed to be Fortnite, Night.
The British say 40. They say, there's no doubt you're 40.
Now, one of them went by really fast. Somebody said they were enamored, and that's how I always pronounce Namor. Because to be Namor would need.
I thought you
either
said
a
Namor.
Y-
I thought you said it was Namor.
No, I say Namor.
Namor?
But although Namor is probably, or Namor, yeah, maybe
Namor.
I don't know, but yeah,
Namor
But
works for me.
Namor is that's not copacetic with rules of spelling in English. You would have to have either an E or a Y in it. But cartoons from the '60s are.
That's how they
Well,
said
that's
it.
the way
yeah.
they said it in the cartoon, so it works for me.
Well, you've seen those cartoons, though, right? I mean,
I love them.
Yeah, but that's how the artist probably said
They
them
spent
too,
a
right?
buck 50 on those cartoons. Those
Yeah.
cartoons,
Those are the greatest ever. Yep.
I love those lyrics.
Was it the Honest Trailers Forum? Something I saw where they said, we both love them and hate them. We hate them because they hardly ever move. They just took Jack Kirby's drawings, and slid them across the camera. But we loved them because at least it was something,
Yeah.
And the songs were catchy.
Songs are good.
The songs for that best. Cross the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard.
Asgard.
Yep.
Yep. Or like Stronger Than a Whale. It can swim anywhere. It can breathe underwater and go flying through the air. Prince Namor the Summoner is Prince of the Deep. Beware you deadly demons. Pum, 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 pum. For Namor of Atlantis is the Prince of the Deep.
Oh, that's very good. Clever times.
I love that song. I don't know why.
We should have superhero karaoke.
Hail Captain James T. Skywalker. And I don't know if I don't remember if I hailed J.D. Lewis.
J.D.
Yeah, we don't want to
Lewis.
miss anyone yet.
Yeah.
Forte, as in the old John. I knew someone mentioned John Forte besides me. He was an old comic writer.
Oh. And Dave says, and hail to Dave, says
Artist.
Chipotle sauce or Chipotle. Olay. I can never say Chipotle.
Chipotle. That's because you're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah.
Slabble,
I would say, my dad would always say, he was French speaking, so he'd always say develop instead of develop. And when you're learning a language, it's almost no difference, I have to say, to when you're trying to remember trying to learn French. It's just so tough just to get the basic words out. It's like, you expect me to tell the difference between that, and then you got to remember all the genders for the language too, which is another pain, because each word has a gender. So that's another thing on top of it you got to worry about, which is a pain. So, but yeah, it's fun to hear people. You just be nice. I always would, we'd have fun with my dad, and he's like, "Well, your French accent sucks." So, anyway, but yeah, it's all fun. But once in a while, he'd mess up a word, and we'd laugh at him, and he'd growl at us.
The French are unforgiving if you make the
Yeah.
slightest mistake about their language. I work with a bunch of Frenchmen, actually. Well, no, I take that back. I work with, I think, 3 French Canadians and two guys from France. So yeah.
We need someone who can sing the great falsetto voice so they can sing the Tony's. Tony Stark. I'm not going to do it, but that's all.
No, do the Hulk.
Well,
Iron
JD
Man
Lewis is saying you got a great performance there. So
Oh, you're too kind.
Do
And I
the
know it.
Hulk one.
Thank you.
Do the Hulk one as Scotty.
Oh man.
Hulk
Dr.
is
Bruce
funny.
Banner, belted by Gamorrees, turned into the Hulk. 80 glamories, licking the town with the power of a bull. Ain't no monster around who is as lovable as every loving Hulk.
Perfect. That's
Oh,
by
man.
far your best impression.
all-time
Copy.
classic.
Clobby, did you ever meet James Doohan? And if so, did you do that impression for him?
I did meet him, didn't do the impression. He was kind of
Oh.
grouchy when we met him. I met him a couple times. But
Oh,
met him in 1984 at a Creation Con in New Orleans. And I remember he talked. We went the second day we went back, then we heard him talk again, and we met him at the table. And he was talking about it was a Sunday afternoon. He actually went to the Saints game. This was 1984 because it was right next to the Superdome. That and he went because he loved football, and they let him go and watch it. There was nobody at the game because the Saints were really horrible. And but everyone was seeing Scotty and just bugging him the whole time while he was trying to watch the game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the saddest thing though, Steve, was in 2005, which is right before he passed. I'm walking around at Dragon Con and I see him riding around on those little scooters and stuff. And when I looked at him, I almost burst out into tears because he looked so. It was not too long. I think it was within that year. I believe he passed. If I'm not mistaken, or very close to it. He looked really sad. It was.
Oh yeah,
It was rough, man.
The last Reno Comic Con I went to was like 5 years ago. I think that's where I met John Davey, and
Yeah.
Walter Koenig was there. And
Oh, he looked bad, huh?
oh, he looked horrible. As did, and I feel bad because nobody went up to Gates McFadden's table. Nobody went up to
no one.
no one. I went up to Gates
empty.
McFadden, and I was out of work.
I love
and
Dr.
told-
Crusher.
I was
Well,
out of work, and I went and
really?
talked to her, and she was charming. She was. I said, I said I love the show. Unfortunately, I'm out of work, so I can't buy anything. And she talked to me for 10 minutes. She was so sweet. So
As long as we're bumming each other out, but in around 2000, maybe 12ish or whatever at the Trek Con in Vegas, a dear friend of mine there, Trekkie Kim, she had her art there on display. She had her tables there, and her tables were right there. They were Grace Lee Whitney. And Grace Lee Whitney, the woman ran to go. She was, I've met her once or I think at a Dragon Con.
And so her
But
table was next to it.
She was there, and nobody was helping her. And people at the con were not helping her with the stuff, and no one was there with her. My friend Kim helped her bring her stuff back and forth to the hotel the whole time, and had hung out with her and had dinner with her and lunch with her because
Wow.
nobody was doing it with her. It was and she told me about this. It was just so sad. She felt so horrible for her. This beloved,
God.
Especially how horrible she got treated when what happened with her on the show, leaving the show early. Back. It's just so
allegedly,
sad, man.
yes. I mean, we don't want to say the words, but allegedly, someone took advantage of her. I don't want to say the right word.
Yeah, allegedly,
or
right?
someone's
Allegedly.
from what she said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad
Also,
stuff.
Lando was there.
Oh yeah,
And,
cool.
well, same thing. It was he walked across the floor to his table, dead silence. And I was like, I should have started everybody clapping.
But I saw
and-
him. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'll say he was there because he and Gail Sayers had planned to do a Brian song for
Wow.
the movie about Brian Piccolo.
Oh my goodness. I
We're
love
not
that
trying to
movie.
be bummed out tonight, and of course, that was one of the first times I started crying uncontrollably at a TV.
Wow, I love that movie.
Yeah, I mean, at the end there, it
Yeah.
was just
On a more cheery note about him, we were about 10 years ago, whatever it was, we're walking through it was at Wizard World in New Orleans. And there's Billy D. Williams walking through. My friend Mark said, "Hey, Colt 45," and he looked back over and said, "Malt liquor." He said that to us.
Because he did those commercials. Yeah.
And didn't he do what is was he? He was in Lady Sings the Blues with Diana Ross, right? One of his really early, or he wasn't in Mahogany, I don't think. But yeah,
And
that's one
Nighthawks
thing
was Stallone.
Oh, wow! With you.
Nighthawks. Yeah.
Wow! Why'd you bring that up? That's like saying he was in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Well, now Rutger Hauer was a pretty good villain in that one, but it wasn't the greatest. Yeah, I saw it at the theater at the time, though.
You know why he took that? You know why Stallone took that part?
I know this story. No, because I just heard. No, because
I don't know.
Schwarzenegger read the script and I guess put the rumor out, and he knew how bad the movie was going to be, so he put the rumor out that he was going to do it, and to try to get Stallone to take it ahead of him.
Yeah,
and that's what I've heard.
He told that story on the Tonight Show. Stallone did on the Tonight Show. Yeah, and because they were in this sort of more or less friendly competition at that time, although. He said he hated Stallone, but I hated Arnold. But I think he was maybe joking, or at least partly. But yeah, that's why he took that horrible. And then there was that other movie with Dolly Parton.
Oh, that was Rhinestone.
No, Stallone was in.
No, that was over the top. Then it was Rhinestone. I think that was Rhinestone, wasn't it?
That was I thought you said Brian's song. Yeah, Rhinestone.
No,
yes,
I love Brian's song.
Where he's talking about, "Hey, I want you to come see my organ," and she said, "This thing better have keys on it." No, I get this giant organ. You got to come see it. You know.
Yeah, Brian's song was great though.
Was that a TV movie or was it?
It was a TV movie.
Yeah, they made a lousy TV remake that nobody remembers.
Wow.
Oh, they did redo it? A modern
Sean Marr
times,
was in it. Yeah, it was like 20-something years ago.
Wow.
And Sean Marr was in it, the guy from Firefly, the doctor from Firefly, but no one, I can't remember who the other guy was. Why would you? I mean, why?
Remakes
yeah, it's an all-time classic. Yeah.
I don't know why people do remakes. I can't think of very many good remakes.
Me either. Not many.
Well, that was back when you had some fantastic made for hey, Captain Affinity's here.
Captain Infinity and beyond.
We're going to talk about. I'm clipping the trailer as we speak, so we can talk about that in a second. But
about which one?
In
the
Banana Jones
trailer.
5.
Oh,
audience nothing.
I didn't see the fourth one. I mean, the second, I didn't care for the second one. The third one I thought was horrible.
I love the second and third one, unabashedly.
Well, you should be bashed for liking them.
I'm bashing.
The second one was.
I did not like the second one. I liked the first and third because they had the ultimate bad guys in it. The second one.
Wait, you didn't like Raiders of the Lost Ark? That's really the second one. Chronologically, I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Okay. Temple of Doom, I never got. I don't know.
I love it.
I don't get it either.
Temple of Doom was one of my all-time great theater experiences.
What?
I just went to see that opening night.
Wow.
I couldn't when it came out.
Hey, let me throw you for a loop here then. I like Green Lantern better than I did Temple of Doom.
Oh, well, then you're just fired.
Gracious.
That's a toss-up, man. That's a toss-up there.
No, it's not even close.
I didn't like Temple.
You like Green Lantern better
Only
than
Rob ruled the world.
You can't like Green Lantern better than
Mark. How could you hate Green Lantern? It was your birthday movie.
Yeah.
It got him nothing but trouble.
Yeah, I got nothing but
Right
trouble.
here in River City.
There we go. Green Lantern.
I love that.
Max Redstone did that, I believe. So thank you to Max.
Hungry Boy. We actually, I think, talked about this last week. I don't think you were here. That's a good meme. One of my painting teachers did his grad work in Sri Lanka, where Temple of Doom was filmed, and the old wise man in that movie was actually Sri Lanka's greatest stand-up comedian. And when my painting professor's name was Stanley Sporney, he was pretty amazing. He said that when that guy came on and played the serious role in Sri Lanka, everybody was like, huh? Where are the jokes? And to us, it's funny because we see him as this old wise man, but apparently he was like Shecky You know,
Shecky.
I can't think of a good last name for Sri Lanka.
Yeah,
But,
Shecky's a good first name though for funny for a comedian.
so yeah,
But no, I have to say, when I went to see Temple of Doom, it was opening night, not a theater open, seat open to the theater, and so you were like, you had to go there like early to actually get in to the movie, and to be in there was just a cool thing. Now there's no, they show, they've got these multiplexes and there's a bazillion, theaters. It's pretty tough to get shut out of seeing a movie on opening night these days. So it was a tough ticket, and it was just, what year did
84.
Temple of Doom? 84. All right, so I would have been in high school in 84, 15 years old probably, or what was I, 14? Whenever the it falls, yeah, so younger. And that opening scene with that song, Anything Goes, was just phenomenal.
Yeah, great
and everyone probably wanted to stand out of their seats and start cheering. That whole open, all right, I know the raft coming down the waterfall and some of the stuff was ridiculous, but my
Indiana
God,
Jones
that
could
just
do anything.
no, it's you were just so pumped to see that movie. So seeing it opening night with that crowd going, the crowd goes wild. I mean, it just made the movie that much better, and of course on the big screen and loud, and so if you saw that movie for the first time on VHS, years later, I can see where maybe it's not,
Well, the raft scene does work though. If you think about it this way, remember there was the magic of the Shankara stones that brought Indy to the village to do its, So there you go.
Yeah, and people don't. Yeah, and then people don't like the, obviously the dinner scene. I guess that's pretty gnarly.
That
was over the top.
Admit, yeah.
A lot of people don't like that scene. Monkey brains and stuff, and
chilled monkey brains.
Yeah, there was nothing about that movie that I liked.
I love
the roller coaster scene. You didn't like?
No, I'm like Steve. There was actually, I mean, I've tried to find anything redeeming in that, and
wowzers,
just not.
Kate Capshaw.
Oh no, she was annoying.
You're not helping your case there, Mark.
No, that doesn't help anyone's case. Not Kate Capshaw. I got it. Even I'll throw with those guys on that one.
With the volume off.
Granted, she was supposed to be annoying. That was kind of the point of the character. But yeah.
I will say the one part.
I like Short Round.
The opening scenes with the club scene.
Anything Goes.
That was not bad. That part in there was not bad.
With the diamond and the ice. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not bad. But I mean, outside of that, to me, I think because you went in expecting some connection to the first, and it didn't. It was completely a different movie.
Well, it actually takes place before the first movie.
It does. Well, that franchise is always going to be, to me, there's one set of bad guys. You know who they are because they were in the first and the third. The last one where they tried to use the Russian people just failed miserably. There's only one set of bad guys for that movie for me. So against that standard,
I got to correct something here. So Kal-El did. So that's so awesome, Kal-El. Yep, I got to put your name on the damn thing so I remember. I apologize.
Sorry,
because I love that the meme. Yeah, no, it's just my crappy memory. So Kal-El did that. So
much
appreciated. Yeah, I hate forgetting.
My bad memory is contagious. Credit.
Yeah. So I apologize for that, and thank you again. Yeah, though.
See, I like
so much fun. Yep.
Yeah.
The video game for Indy 2. There was a video game?
There was a really cool Atari game.
Oh, you mean like okay.
Yeah, the PC game. There's also Atlantis. There was an Atlantis game on Atari, and there's the I think it was Activision on Atari was one of the cooler games. What they could do with like limited memory.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone remembers playing that game on Atari, that was phenomenal.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
As I finish clipping this movie, I'll show.
But did you know, by the way, that even though I love Temple of Doom, it is actually a remake?
Of what?
Did you know that Michael French of Retro Blasting has done extensive work on that? He's done a video. I was there. He's done a video about it. He's done a panel about it at various cons. It's a remake of a movie with Cary Grant called Gunga Din.
Oh, I've seen Gunga Din. The original Gunga Din or the
yes.
What's the famous line in Gunga Din? It's like trying to
the movie with Cary Grant.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah.
I haven't watched that in forever, but I mean,
Yeah, I haven't
I've
watched
always
it.
meant to go back
30
and
years.
watch it again.
Mm.
You know, after I saw his reviews and he's done a lot of, he's a huge fan of Temple of Doom, and he did a lot of video and a lot of research about it. He's done panels and stuff about it. So yeah.
I know it's tough for me to have Hungry
Anything
Boy saying the
goes.
club
There
scene
you
was my
go.
favorite
That's the
part.
comment. Hungry Boy. Yep.
See,
I loved it, but what can I tell you? I love Indy.
Yeah.
I even love the third one. So I mean, nothing touches Raiders. Don't get me wrong. Nothing even sniffs Raiders for me. I mean, that's special. I mean, that's the rarefied air.
Well, I will tell you, back in 2020, when like everything changed and we live in a state where they kept that stuff open other than maybe a couple weeks. And that was like, was it the 40th? It was an anniversary. It was either, I don't remember if it was 2020 or 2020. Either way, when everything was still shut down, Raiders came back on the big screens. I think they were doing retro movies is what they were doing.
In the movie theater or just in?
My parents never took us to movies when I was younger. So I finally got to see Raiders on the big screen for the first time back in 2020. So
nice. Yep. Yeah, you're a good man, Gungadin. That's JD. Yep, that's it. Thank you. Always count on
dig up his video
awesome people in the chat. Yep. Who needs a computer when you got the chat, right?
Yes.
Who needs goggles?
Yes,
Yeah, it was one of the favorite movies of one of my parents' friends. What is goggle? One of my parents, one of my buddies.
I thought it was You're a Better Man Than I Am, Gunga Din. Sorry, I think it's You're a Better Man Than I Am, Gunga Din. Yeah.
That could be.
Okay, we're gonna.
Yeah.
But I haven't. Yeah.
Someone can goggle it then. But it's very close. Something like that.
Excuse me. That's pronounced Google.
Google. Excuse me.
It was a callback to our little Forte discussion earlier.
Forte night.
Oh, well done. Well done.
I'm gonna play Forte night. Well, that was someone put in the chat, and I can't remember who put it in the chat already, just a few minutes ago. So yeah. Roll me away. Yep.
Hungry
Indy
Boy.
2 had a
Hungry Boy.
Dan Aykroyd cameo. Oh wow, an Indy 2? I don't remember that. Where was he?
No,
the club scene or the
Doom,
he's in the club
he was
scene.
The guy that after no. When he was chased back to the airport, he's the guy that meets Indy and Short Round and what's her face and puts them on the plane. Dr. Jones. I managed to get this plane for you. That whatever. Yeah.
That's Danny Boy. All right, gotcha.
Dan Aykroyd also had, for some reason, a cameo in the music video for "We Are the World."
Oh
yeah.
Well, he's a good singer.
This is not a joke. This is if you go back on YouTube and find "We Are the World," he's there in the very back row with glasses on.
Well, part of the Blues Brothers
singing the chorus. I guess so. Yeah. Although I always thought it was mostly Aykroyd, but yeah, I guess he could.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's not that much of a blink either. I mean, he's got a whole big. I mean, I guess you can't tell because when you hear
his name in the credits or he's uncredited. Though, I'm sure. Right?
I don't even think they have credits.
You hear him talk. I mean,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it could be.
You cut out on us, Clubby, for a sec.
You cut out for a second. Yeah, we lost you for a split second. Yep. I guess so. Clobbering Times will be back. Dr. Doom is throwing him into the negative zone for a second.
Sorry?
You were in the negative zone for a second.
Yeah, we were about to blame a doctor, Dr. Doom, Dr. Savannah, Dr. Octopus. Oh, there he goes again.
It's negative.
Did everybody else lose him again, or is it just me? We lost him for a split second. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's just the interwebs.
I do know what's happening.
Good, yeah, it'll catch up. It's probably just buffering or whatever. Yeah, just the stream. So Hungry Boy has the.
All right, Hungry Boy.
Yeah, you're a better man than I. Gungadin is the quote. Yep.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yep.
Hungry Boy says, comic side note, Gunga is written by Rudyard Kipling, who wrote The Red Dog, which is adapted for comics by P. Craig Russell, and that's the finest comic you can ask for. Wow, that's some pretty high praise.
Interesting, yeah.
P. Craig Russell,
that's
great
classic
artist.
adventure stuff, yeah.
Great
Classic
artist.
adventure, yep. The Cybermen are trying to assimilate Clavi.
Yes.
Please check your egos at the door. Yeah.
Cybermen.
Oh, and Dan Aykroyd is credited as Weber. Interesting.
Oh, you a Jen? Indy said to him.
Hearing aid had Michael McKean as David St. Humans of Spinal Tap in it. Yep.
Dial of Destiny will not involve physical time travel. The ex-Yahtzees think the device will accomplish.
I think that too. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Because if Indiana Jones times travels, he's going to look younger, right? No, he would stay the same age. He would be old, right? If you time travel to the past, you're not going to get younger.
Well, I won't say about
affinities here.
I won't tell you the rumors I've read then, so we won't spoil anything in case it's true.
I mean,
including
unless
some guy who claims he saw a test screening, but I won't tell you I won't tell you the synopsis.
I'm going to predict that Raiders or Indiana Jones 5 will be the worst movie ever made in the history of cinema.
Wow.
That's right. I said it. It's going to be worse than Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, Green Lantern, Batman versus Superman. Oh, speaking of that, has anybody seen the Batman versus Turtles, the Ninja Turtles? And
No.
is it worth me picking up?
The animated thing?
Was there a live action one?
No, I'm saying, is that like a new animated movie or whatever? Or?
Oh, you guys haven't seen Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Any clips?
I thought it was a couple years old.
It might be. I don't know how old it is.
I've not seen it though. No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, the clips actually look pretty good. I was thinking about picking it up because they seem to keep Batman in the right character.
Could be.
He's beating 4 ninjas pretty handily.
I think I've heard some people say they liked it, but I've not seen that.
Okay, yeah, it's again, Shredder and Batman are pretty evenly matched. And who's the?
So is this a DC movie or
yeah, it's a DC. It's you'd have to look up the style. The artistic style is good. It's a little different than like the animated series, but they do that often. It's Kevin Conroy as the voice. I think all the voices are the same. And the bad guys, I believe, are Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, however you pronounce it, and Shredder.
Yeah, there's another one to try to pronounce. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's not get that fight started going either. It's Race. It's Rush.
It's Rush.
Yeah, it's Rush.
Mjolnir.
No, Rush. Yeah.
God, I was so happy when I heard them say Mjolnir on the Thor movie. Like, that's how they pronounce it. God bless everyone.
That's one that I knew, like Jormungand, and people were saying Jormungand. I've been pretty lucky with my pronunciation for the most part of things like Mjolnir.
Yeah.
But you can't spell it because we don't have that character of the O with a slash through it that you need. Well, some people say, people said Mjolnir. Mjolnir.
Yeah. I like the way John Rice Davies said it's my intensive hammer Mjolnir. He was great. He was perfect as the voice for Thor.
Who was?
Well, John Rice Davies does the voice Salah from Raiders of the Lost Ark and many other things on the mid 90s wonderful Fantastic Four cartoon second season. And he just talks just like him. It's perfect. Stay thy hand, villain, or suffer the wrath of Thor, God of Thunder. He is amazing.
Well,
he does so.
I would bet he has done some Shakespearean acting this time.
Yes, and he doesn't talk like Chris Hemsworth, just goofy. I mean, he talks uses the exact dialect and type of he talks like Thor. In other words, right out of the real comics too.
Yeah, not as a joke, just as right? Yeah.
They adapted a combination of some of his old stuff when the Kirby issues when he fought Ego and the Byrne issues where Ego tried to, was it Ego when the Burn issue where they met Ego and combined with the Trial of Galactus Burn issues and stuff. And it was God, Thor is so good on those cartoons with John Rice Davies. If I ever got to meet him, I would get him to give me some Thor dialogue.
And I love, I love him as Gimli the dwarf, obviously, in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, he's a great actor. Yeah,
he's just great. Yep,
he's in the opening. He's in the beginning of this trailer, by the way. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
He was also the first person to play the Kingpin.
He was.
Yep. And
when did he play the Kingpin in
the Trial of the Incredible Hulk?
Oh, they had Kingpin in that.
Well, it was Wilson Fisk, but it was they call him Wilson Fisk, but
yeah. Well,
I gotta watch that again. It's been a long time since I saw that, but that was great to watch on TV as a Marvel fan.
Rex Smith was fairly good as Daredevil. They went with the black costume, and it wasn't.
Yeah, the costume was good, other than the blindfold. The blindfold was horrible that he had.
Yeah, that could have been done. That could have been done a little bit better.
It was all sparkly. It wasn't all sparkly with the
fight scenes with him were pretty good though. He was a very efficient fighter. Although I still, my favorite is still the was it the Incredible Hulk Returns or Return of the Incredible Hulk? The one with Thor with the guy
Returns. The Return of the Incredible Hulk. I think it was called. I just watched that recently.
Yeah, with Eric Kramer.
Eric Kramer, and it was just the guy playing Don Blake. He was kind of, I don't get it. Not only was he kind of dope, why can't there just be I don't know. I don't like the whole, I think we used to talk about this sometimes where I don't like it. He calls him from the Hammer and they're together and stuff like that. I just wish it would have been like in the comics. You just as Cajun as me, man.
Yeah.
Remember
that was,
who was our old buddy, Charles Napier, the great
Charles Napier. Yeah.
Gotta snap my fingers and jump for joy. I got a clean bill of health from Dr. McCoy.
That don't be fair, you stupid Cajun idiot. You're just as Cajun as I am, man.
Yes. Stepping out to Eden. Yay, brother.
Wow, we suddenly turned into Mr. Science Theater.
When I first saw that on Star Trek, I was like, what is happening here?
Let's get together and have some fun. We don't want to do it, but it's got to be done.
Got to be done. Phantom Outsider. Amazingly, Rex Smith was quite the singer. Pirates of Penzance. He actually started. He had 2 top 40 songs to start his career.
Rex Smith did.
He had one,
and he was in. Really?
Yeah.
And he was in Street Hawk.
He had a song called "You Take My Breath Away," and the dude could sing. I mean, the dude could really sing. And they had another one called "Simply Jesse."
How did you like it? Go ahead.
Sorry.
How did you like him as Street Hawk?
Didn't see it.
Just kidding. He was like it lasted 8
episodes.
But he was.
That was the motorcycle one, wasn't it?
Oh. Yeah.
Is that the Motor Super, like the kit version?
It was,
like the motorcycle.
It was Nighthawk with a motorcycle. I mean, excuse me, Knight Rider with a motorcycle.
The motorcycle, basically, right? Yeah.
Captain Infinity is leaving because we're not deconstructing time travel.
I'm sorry, Captain Infinity. We got.
Well, we're gonna talk. I just about done clipping, so I apologize. I'm missing some of these things in the chat, but I've been clipping the trailer.
That's your job, Captain Infinity. Come on, man.
Yeah, I just have no interest. I think everything's been sucked out of that egg that can be.
I mean, look, time travel in a fantasy movie is perfectly fine. As if it's fun. I love Back to the Future, and I don't need it to make sense. Really,
yeah, and if it's well done too, it's the whole story holds up together. And if the story follows the rules that if it follows the rules that the movie set up, then I think it's okay. I think, but when they start breaking their own rules, or for example, in Star Trek Generations, when they say they can go back in time using the Nexus, and why don't they go back to an earlier time where they can?
That was really dumb.
Yeah, it's like the rules that they set up were so ridiculous there that then they ruined what could have been a good movie maybe by introducing time travel, and then Yeah, we can go back to any time. All right, you were saying it, Clever. Let's just go back when they pick Malcolm McDowell up and just arrest him and throw him in the
Yeah.
brig. I mean, movie
Movie
over, right?
The Nexus really made no. It made sense if it had been like a place where you go into it, and it's just a fantasy world that you can create for yourself with your own mind. But they were using it to actually for actual time travel reasons. I mean, they were using it for actual time travel in time and space, and that made no sense.
That was what was totally ridiculous. Yeah. So they wanted to have an excuse to have Kirk meet Picard, and so they could ride horses
They need to come
together.
up with a better way to do that.
Yeah. So it's that was just a total disaster, and that's why time travel can be so screwy. Now, if Indy 5 has time travel, and they do it well, do it right, aka a Back to the Future, I guess I could be okay with. I mean, we're talking about the Ark of the Covenant here. You're talking about the Spear of Destiny. You're talking about, religical and magical items, that are supernatural in nature or religious in nature that have, powers that are normally not seen. So, yeah, I mean, can you suspend disbelief? But we'll see what happens. But I didn't see time travel in this trailer per se. I kind of enjoyed the trailer. I thought it was okay. We'll flip through it once I finally finish snipping these pictures. I didn't think it was, what I was surprised with was of people saying what a disaster the movie is. I mean, in my opinion, you can't say the movie's a disaster until the movie's out. I mean, you could say I don't think it's going to be good, but based on this trailer, I don't know. I didn't see it where to me, this was not a disaster of a trailer. I've seen a lot worse trailers. I kind of enjoyed the trailer, so
it looks goofy.
That's
the
just
only
my
thing
opinion.
that really looks bad about it to me is every time she's in the scene, I'm like, oh god, it's going to be a groaner. She's going to really deflate. And like I said, they may have interesting stuff in it, and looks like she's going to be a scene killer like Jar Jar Binks and stuff.
Yeah, like Short Round was
Phoebe,
a Steen Steeler. He was fantastic.
I love Short Round.
See if you do it. If you do it the right way.
And Marion is good. She's neutral. She doesn't ruin. She's good. Doesn't ruin.
Geez, I
she
love
doesn't
her.
make a movie either. But I love her. But you could say that Willie Scott and she, for a lot of people, ruins the scenes she's in. I mean, she's annoying, but I don't care. I just saw it differently. I thought it was kind of funny the way she was there to be annoying to Indy, to create, tension between the two. And I had no problem with it, but people didn't like it. They don't like it. What you going to do? Well, Phoebe Waller, Bridge Too Far, as our great Hungry Boy called her. She is a scene killer. Plus, we already know what she did to Bond. We already know what she planned, what she is and what she and why she's there because of Kathleen Kennedy. I can't unknow that. Joe Public that doesn't know can unknow it. I can't. So every time I see her, I'm like, not that she's a bad looking broad, but kidding. I'm a Star Trek quote there, but not that she's a bad looking woman. It's just that I know what she's there for. And I look at her and I go, oh God, she's going to be there to be annoying and be better than him and talk to him like crap and treat him like shite. And what she does in one of the scenes in the trailer, she's going to be a scene killer. It looks like to me.
Yeah. I mean, I respect that. You could say that, but I just don't think, I was seeing people say the movie was another disaster.
No, we don't know
horrendous.
That. It's possible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That means you've got to be worse than Crystal Numbskull. Go ahead and finish what?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's, I finally finished clipping the thing. So let's go through it. Let's see here.
We'll wait for,
if I can find, we'll wait for Steve back. Yeah, well, I'll start. We'll just get, so let's see here.
Let's get together and have some fun. We don't want to do it, but it's got to be done. I keep thinking it now. Step on out to Eden. Yeah,
see if I can get this.
Female Bridge Too Far always does variations on smug, yes. And she's not an unattractive woman, I don't think. It's just that she did that voice in that stupid piece of crap Solo movie where she was the
was she the computer?
Droid. She was that annoying droid thing, yeah.
See, I haven't seen Fleabag. Now a lot of people love Fleabag, or was it Fleabag?
Fleabag, yeah.
Yeah,
which I've not seen.
I should watch it. Some people love that. It'll be interesting to see, how that what that show's like. Because
I'll concede that Tiger Stripes. I will concede that. However, I know what she did to what she was hired to do and did to. Even though I don't like the Daniel Craig Bond stuff anyway, I know the things she said. I know what an activist she is, and a lot of the so I know why she's there. So I'm going in with a certain predisposition to dislike her that was created by things she has said and that by the things that we know about Kathleen Kennedy. And I just think she's going to be annoying. I'll watch. Look, I'm going to watch it, but she looks like she's going to be a scene destroyer. But I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen Fleabag.
Yeah, I mean that's an opinion you can have, with or without the trailer, actually, too. I mean, you could, and certain actors and actresses, people just don't like them. I mean, for whatever reason, or it's just like,
We'll see. It's
like,
only a year away. It's a year away.
Certain people don't like certain people in certain roles, or I don't like Daniel Craig as Bond, but I can picture him, being really good in some other, in some other movies. So, all right, I finally got this rolling.
Well, it's Tiger Stripe said something interesting though. She says, "Yes, it's Fleabag. I just liked the first episode so much I waited a year to watch the rest of it, and the rest of it is great. The second season is even better than the first season. Interesting.
I'll have to check it out. I love a good I guess it's a comedy show, so
yeah,
I love me a good comedy. So something I really enjoyed was Marvelous Miss Maisel, which maybe wouldn't be would be up my alley. I watched it with my missus, and we love the show, and it's an irreverent comedy, and it's got Lenny Bruce in it, and the actor who played Bruce was so good, and of course they change history and certain things with Lenny Bruce. But it's just so much fun, and it's such a irreverent comedy. That's really really fun. So yeah, Marvelous Miss Maisel, I'd give a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
Yeah. So it's and of course the outfits and like my mom, grew up in the 60s and 70s, so all the clothes. She was drooling over all the outfits, and I have to say the clothes do look pretty amazing. The old classic, Tiger Stripes. Yeah, Marvelous Miss Maisel is wonderful, and actually Shazam, the actor who plays Shazam, is in one of the later seasons. He's funny and he's really good. He plays a doctor, and I think there's one more. I think we got one more season coming out. Yeah.
Trevor Cunningham. I'm sort of with you there. I don't. But I don't. He says too many YouTubers are doing. I don't think too many are. Let them do it. I have no problem with them doing that. But multiple things can be true at the same time. I have no problem with them doing the culture war stuff. It needs to be. That's something that's important. I personally don't do it on my channel. Mark doesn't mess with it either. But I'm glad those people are doing it. That's what they specialize in, and it's fine. That said, I do also agree with don't bite hard on rumors, which I don't. I'm not into rumors that much. I'm going by things that have happened in the past, according to Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and things that Kathleen Kennedy has done. And I do also agree with judge it when it comes out. So I'm with you on all that, except I have no problem with the culture war people. But if that's not your thing, don't watch it, Well, thank you, Trevor. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah. And like part of it too.
I watch those channels. I just don't want to do a channel like it. If you see what I'm saying.
And that's what I was trying to get at too. Not that I, not like I'm angry or how could they? I'm never going to watch those channels again. I was just kind of shocked. Now this is the opening clip in Indy, and you got Salah. I missed.
Hey, Retro Nerd Girl.
Hey, Retro Nerd
Girl. What's up?
Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for subbing the other day. Yep. Oh, and hey, I should have started with I hit 400 subs, so thank you to everyone who's been here and
excellent,
and been watching. And
Retro Nerd Girl has a great channel. Great channel.
Excellent channel. Yep. So if one of the mods, I don't know if we have any mods. I think I have it in my Retro Nerd Girl on my list of YouTube channels. I have to check, but definitely check out her channel. She's got some great stuff there. So if we got any mods in there, then we could. Put that in the chat.
I'll see if I can find it. I think I'm a mod.
If you can find it, yep. So this is Sal. I miss the desert. So right away they're tugging at your heartstrings there, nostalgia, you're getting back to Raiders, and it's saying you missed something, right? So that's that message there that you're missing something. You miss the old Indy. Yep. And I think that's a Jaguar coming through there. Steve's not
Yes.
here, but and so you've got a classic Indy kind of chase scene with some 3-wheel buggies, and that's Indy in the car there, and I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in the other car. I'm not sure who's in the other car, but doesn't. But this is set up, and look at the shot here. It's with the dust and the transition there, so you don't know if this is in the past, present, the way it's being shot here, but it's harkening back to the old times. Now this looks more modern, obviously, with the Jaguar. That's a more modern motorcycle. And I can't tell what the motorcycle is, but I'm guessing it's. I think the movie set in the '60s initially.
60s, yes.
60s, right?
Yes,
Yep.
all the preliminary stuff at the beginning is set in the 60s.
Yep. So then we're going on this nice chase scene here. And you got to say Harrison Ford for an 80-year-old is in some incredible shape. So it's amazing. I was reading a story the other day where he was on an acting role, and they finished the shoot at like 3 or 4 in the morning. He decided to go on a bike ride for 50 miles, so which is pretty good. Yep. Pretty impressive. I couldn't make a 50-mile bike ride right now.
No, I could do it any day. Easily.
Easily, yeah.
Just kidding.
So there's
Retro Nerd Girls channel in the chat, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, so everyone go check out the channel and sub to Retro Nerd Girl. Let me put that up. So this is present day, obviously, and another YouTuber, I can't remember who, knew exactly where this was in New York.
Look at the comic
by the
stand.
restaurant. Yeah, is that?
It's a magazine stand. You can't really tell.
Magazine. Yeah. I don't think I can zoom in on the slideshow thing, but
it's New York or Chicago or something, right?
Yes. No, it's New York. Yeah. So a YouTuber said, they knew Hoffman's restaurant. They recognized the street. So this is, with the landmarks, and you can see the license plates too. That's a New York colored license plate, either orange and blue. Okay. And I guess there's a, cop car that's, I guess it's 66 or 69.
Right.
These look a little bit later. Like this looks a little bit later than 66.
You look at late 60s right here from some of these cars.
Yeah. So the car nerds would be able to tell exactly the year.
Yes.
And Sala continues.
I miss roughly. Yeah. Sala's old.
No problem, Retro Nerd. Glad to spread the word. Yep. Much appreciated. Yep. So Sala continues. Yeah, I miss the sea, and Scuba Pete's not here, but any underwater stuff is really cool. Yeah. And Scuba Tech is just taking off in the 60s too. Yeah.
I miss the sea. I miss the sequels. I'm sorry, I just love that guy's voice. Indeed, perhaps. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. So there's a sea snake coming out. I guess don't put him on clam pizza yet.
She sells sea snakes by the seashore.
Yeah. So so something's going on in the depths of the ocean. Maybe they'll find Atlantis. Maybe they'll find Namor. So some kind of eel in there. Yeah, but this so far is just, really there's nothing, which is good about this trailer. You don't know anything about the movie.
It's a teaser, as Six like to say. So, yeah.
Yeah, which is good. So, of course, Indy's back in school now teaching. And for you youngins, that's an overhead projector. So you'd have a transparent piece of plastic you'd put on there, and it would get, just in case you're wondering what the light is here for. Yeah, those are cool, actually. Yeah,
those old overhead projectors, very cool.
Yeah. So let me get to the next slide. I guess I could zoom in. I'll open it up and zoom in. But some people were saying, is that a spaceship or what's on there? It'd be interesting to zoom in to read the notes.
Kind of maybe like a submersible thingy, probably.
Yeah. Oh, that could be tying into the water stuff.
Like with the water, with
water
the water
scene,
stuff.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah.
I didn't know. Old Indiana Jones.
Well, fandom, there was a video game, Indiana Jones and the Lost City of Atlantis, actually, on Atari by Active. I think it was called that. and it was pretty good.
Yeah, and there have been comics.
There have been
of
some
those,
great
too.
India.
Some books and comics too.
Yeah, so there's been some great Indiana Jones computer games and adventures too, I have to say. So Lucasfilm did some good stuff. Yep. So and I miss waking up every morning. So that looks like, I guess that's Indy up there. It looks
every morning.
It looks like Indy to me. That's a nice shot. That's a really cool shot. And actually, by clipping this, rolls by so fast in the trailer, and that looks like, it's obviously evoking the great the great rock in Indiana Jones in the hand there. That's the lighting on that. That's a perfect shot. That's really well done. Then you've got some Yahtzees on motorcycles here, riding BMWs probably, and they've got Indy.
I think they're Neo Yahtzees in this case.
Well, it depends on what year it is, but
I think in the maybe not this, but I think the present day, when the people he fights in the present day are supposed to be Neo Yahtzees, but I'm not sure.
Oh God, yeah.
If I read right, who knows?
Yep. So Pitfall, Pitfall. Oh God, I remember riding my bike to go buy that game with a bunch of friends and coming back and playing that for hours and hours and hours. Pitfall. Yeah. A variation on the overhead projector was the artograph used by Neil Adams in the 60s. Oh, cool. Interesting. Yep. Thank you, Hungry Boy. So we've got a castle, Yahtzee Castle, blowing up. Wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring us. Yeah. I miss going to blow things up every day. Yeah. And that's a great shot too. That's just so cool. So I think that's Indy back there. And that's one of the bad guys running away. Yep.
He should run. He moves pretty spry for a dude who's 80.
So Trevor says the opening will be in 44. Indy's undercover, I suspect. Yeah, could be. Yep. That's why I always assumed it was just when they de-aged him, they were just going to have flashbacks of an older Indy going back to.
I would hope.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
That's what I'm hoping.
If the Dial of Destiny is a time travel device,
yeah, I think it's fair.
Indy's got to keep them from getting it. That's
right.
One thing.
I think it's fair not to put anything past these people. Here's the thing about this. Say what you want about the people who are all negative about this movie. We're talking about Lucasfilm. We're talking not under Lucas. We're talking about Kathleen Kennedy. She's done enough horrible things to warrant any kind of skepticism and criticism she gets. So I have no sympathy for her either. Let's be honest. Yeah, it's an indie film. Yeah, it's an indie. Yes, it's an independent film.
Wonderful adventure the new day will bring us. So I'm sucker for motorcycles, obviously, since ride motorcycles. So that's another cool shot. So it's not, not telling you much other than, hey, we're longing for the old days. It's obviously in Indiana Jones in his golden years. Of course, he's not 80 in the film. I'm assuming they're playing him like he's, in the 60s.
He's close.
I wonder what.
Remember, was it? He's born in 1880 something or other.
Yeah. So if this is 66,
60s. I mean, he's up there.
Yeah. All right. So I was speculating they wouldn't, have him be. But he's not playing an old man he's not as old as the Indy with in the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones. So.
Well, at the beginning, remember the opening flashback scene of Last Crusade, where it takes place, I think, 1911. He's young River Phoenix.
Yeah,
that kid had to be at least 12 or 13 at some point, or somewhere up in there, I believe, probably.
Okay. Yep.
So born a little bit before 1900.
Well, they always play with how old characters are. Yeah. Fate of Atlantis. That's a great game, Kellogg. Yeah. That's
in the movie, I guess he's supposed to be pushing 70, maybe.
Yeah.
Or somewhere.
So this is another cool shot here. More of the lighting and Indian silhouette, and that's kind of evoking the end of Raiders, right? With the not that it goes on forever, but the shelves of artifacts and treasures and books and things. So
yeah,
you wonder, want to know what's in these crates here. Got some busts here, so see what that is. Yeah.
Right.
Those days
be like an opening like
gone.
The Last Crusade. Oh yeah.
Right.
He says, perhaps not. I long for those days, Indy. And I'm
Right.
Salah. I'm older than you, probably. He's around close to the same age, I guess. It's good to see John Rice Davies.
He looks good. Yeah, he looks good. Yeah, he's not. I'm guessing not young anymore either. So, I wonder which Professor Arturo we have from Sliders here. If
Yeah.
you're any Sliders fans out there,
Which
because
version?
one of the slides they think they left one of the professors got switched or left behind. So perhaps not. Perhaps not. Yeah, so I like that. Yeah, those days have come and gone.
Top men. Top men. So it's
And Harrison
1960.
Ford's 80. God,
So
he
it'd be
looks great
70.
for 80 in real
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Right. The character should be about 70, according to what Kal-El's saying.
Yeah, so Trevor's saying, yeah, I think it's just the opening like Last Crusade. I just got the DVDs in 4K too. I haven't had a chance to rewatch them yet in the 4K, so should have done that over Thanksgiving, but maybe over Christmas I'll get to those. There's a nice shot of Sal there. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Yeah.
Perhaps not. That later day, we'll make a movie here. We'll kick ass in CGE. And they'll de-age us. At least they'll de-age you. They won't de-age me, probably.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yes, it says yeah.
Bad
Thank you, Cal,
dates.
70. Yeah. So yeah, I was wondering what and down the road too with all this digital tech. Of course, you have these fantastic actors. Harrison Ford's one of a kind. But if they've got his digital likeness, and his voice, what happens someday? I guess actors could, turn over their likenesses. James Earl Jones has, sold his voice, I guess, for Darth Vader, which I don't blame actors for doing. If I could sell my voice for money, anyone out there wants to send me $1,000 to have my voice? Just kidding. But yeah, it's interesting too. What'll happen, as the tech keeps getting better and better and better and better. Could you have Humphrey Bogart on the screen again? But is it really? It's not really Humphrey Bogart, right? It doesn't have all his, how would Humphrey, what makes him great, his intonations, could look like Bogart, but is it really him? So that's going to be interesting down the road. Yeah.
That's where I wonder if students are still writing "I love you" on their eyelids. I'm going to go out on a limb, retro nerd girl, and say they're probably not doing it that much.
Never say never again. Yeah,
but you never know. Maybe some of the young ladies like 70-year-old Indy. I can't. Who am I to judge?
Yeah. This is still from the part of the movie where Indy goes to see the Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hamill sold his digital likeness too. So, yeah, but the thing is, I'm worried about is, if you get like a quote unquote fake Luke Skywalker someday, it's just the image and it's not Mark Hamill doing the acting. It's different from a cartoon where obviously the actor is lending his voice and he's still acting with his voice. So it's gonna be interesting with the tech going forward. So Indy says he doesn't believe in magic. Is that a weeping angel there, Cloudburn Times?
That's it. It's a weeping angel. He's in the Doctor Who universe. I knew it.
Yeah.
Don't blink. Don't blink. Blink and you're dead.
Yeah, that's right, Phantom. Yeah, the old Indy is missing an eye, is missing his right eye. So I wonder if
old Indy was, but he was like in his 90s.
Yeah. So
in the 90s. But remember, Lucas has erased just like these rumors about this movie. I'm not saying they're true. He in a sense, erased old Indy.
Yeah, didn't he take him off the DVD?
He took, when he released the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles on DVD, he cut out the old Indy framing sequences, which really pissed me off. I like those. I like the old 90-year-old eye patch Indy scenes.
That's for sure, yeah. It's interesting, yeah.
It's a Greek goddess, according to Trevor there.
It's a weeping angel. Just kidding.
It's a weeping. No, Trevor, it's a weeping angel. Greek goddess, weeping angel.
That's a creepy shot here. So you wonder, this is in the past, or
who's this guy?
It's a flashback. This time travel.
Who's with
it's
him?
An evil Yahtzee.
Who's with Indy on the right there, with his back to the.
Oh, that's what's his name from Avengers. That's not Baron Mort. The computer guy that became the computer in Avengers.
You mean
I'm forgetting my
Vision?
comic book character. Not Vision. He's stuck in the computer. The Yahtzee.
Oh, Toby
No.
Jones.
Toby
He
Jones.
played
Yeah.
Armin Zola.
Armin Zola. Zola. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. That's what I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And Tiger
Yeah.
Stripes even said it down. Yeah, I forgot. Forgot someone had mentioned that Toby Jones is in this. Arnim Zola. There you go.
Yeah. So that looks like a cool scene. Now, I guess this is present day. I'm just speculating. So what that could be, because this looks like old Indy there.
I don't like.
And that-
I don't believe in magic, but I've seen a few things a few times in my life, and yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Call it what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Toby's
that may
right
be
at-
someone coming out of the past, maybe. You know,
I don't know.
could
The
maybe.
Dial H for Hero of Destiny.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
So this is obviously present. This is past with the Yahtzee uniform.
You think Marion will be in it somehow?
I hope so, because I love her character. Yep. And yeah, this
I
is
told you,
fantastic.
Indiana
The
Jones
aging.
was a Yahtzee. Yahtzee.
Oh,
I hate these guys.
Cal says it's the same guy who delivered the letter from Dr. Marty at the end of the Back to the Future Part 2. Oh my God, that would be so cool.
Joe Flaherty, or no, was it Eugene Levy? That was Joe Flaherty
Joe Flaherty.
from Second City TV. Remember Back to the Future 2? Are you Martin McFly? No, that was Joe, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but yeah, that would be so awesome.
Steve, you remember that, right?
I'm sorry. What was that, Clauby?
We were talking about the end of Back to the Future 2, where the guy brought the letter to Marty. Yeah, it was
Back
Joe
to the
Flaherty
Future.
from Second City Television.
I remember Joe Flaherty. I don't remember.
It was in the pouring rain. It was the very end of the movie, and he brought him.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah.
Are you Martin McFly? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was from Western Union. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know why that
That
came
was a
up.
great scene. That was just such a
Yeah,
good scene.
cool.
So amazing. And everyone cheered in the movie theater too. And that, because
Yeah.
wasn't it at the end? That was
At the
at
end when he thought he
of-
lost Doc into the
Yeah.
storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone was going crazy in the movie. That's another thing why I love being in the movie theater too. It's just the
Marion
you know,
will,
the crowd going wild like that.
yes, he says Marion will cameo in the movie, according to Trevor. Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
The
Yeah, I mean,
aging.
this is fantastic. The aging, of course, with the tech that they have now. That's what I'm saying. You know, and Steve's our animator here. You know, as things get more and more advanced. I mean, I remember my cousin brought over the first Apple Macintosh computer. He had in the travel bag, and he brought it over and he plopped it down, and we're doing word processing where you could see what you see is what you get. And then he said, let's go into paint, and we're going to try to paint something. And you got the first mouse with and it was now I have that computer on my desk next to me. I'll show it someday, but hopefully it still works. I should change the capacitors in it, but it's so primitive. And now what you can do with Photoshop and a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff in Photoshop, I do a lot of Photoshop work, and I'm nowhere near an expert in Photoshop or good at it. But I mean, a lot of stuff is becoming automated now, so they have like these new filters that are in Photoshop where you can just say repair the old photo. Where back in the day, I'd blow up the picture and take out the brush and fix do these old family photographs or things, manually take out the dust or the scratches, and you'd work on it.
Yeah.
Now they have these AI filters, and you tell the damn thing to fix the photo for me. You got some sliders, and I'll be darned if it doesn't work pretty good, which is amazing. So it's as the tools get better and better. Now they have AI art where you can. This will give Hungry Boy a conniption. People are creating AI art, and they just put parameters into a program, and then the AI creates a scene, and one of these people won an award, and the artists are going crazy, but it's AI. So it's just very interesting.
So it's not in fact art.
Well, that's the debate. They did win the art show, and based on the parameters that they put into the program, but the AI created the art. So
Yeah, but art is an expression of the mind and the spirit. So this is, like you said, it's parameters, and procedurals, and
Yeah.
things like. Oh, and I have to go. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, yep. See you later if you can come back. Yep. Maddie's daddy's on Maddie's daddy duty. Well, hopefully not duty, but bump. Sorry, bad pun. So we got some Yahtzees here opening the box, and you wonder what's in there. Is that the Dial of Destiny, or who knows? And so this is that looks like that train, back to that train scene again. Looks like an anti-aircraft gun getting destroyed somehow. And then we go to Antonio Banderas. So no idea what his character is playing or what's happening with his character, but he's a great actor. And now that this is frozen, you can see Banjo. What can you tell us? He fishes. There's a fishing net here, but really, some family pictures, obviously, but really not much, which is good for a teaser. So you don't want to know what's going on. Hey, Six. How's it going? And Six, you did like this trailer too. We're
Six.
One of the,
hey,
some
Six.
of the people that did like it.
Yes. This is now that you're doing this, I can see more. This teaser. Don't call it a trailer. I got in trouble with Six for calling it a trailer.
Yeah.
Just teases.
You're agonizer.
This
You're agonizer, please, right? Yeah.
When you break it down like this, you can see more. Kind of at least see more what's going on. She is excited to see the movie. Well, you're amongst a lot of company here tonight. Friends here tonight that are also excited about it, or at least cautiously optimistic about it. Six, including Mark.
Yeah, I love Indy, so.
Yeah. So we don't know who he is, right?
No idea who Banderas is playing. Yeah, just looks like a working man there from his clothes, and but no idea who, which is good too. I kind of don't want to know. Don't want to know.
Yeah.
And then I can't tell what aircraft it is, but it looks like World War II vintage, obviously.
Right.
Which makes sense. Yeah, and he's saying things. I've seen things I can't explain. After he says he doesn't believe in magic.
It's Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads, yeah.
Is he supposed? Someone said he's supposed to be Tote from Raiders of the Lost Ark, but there's no way. I don't buy into it.
Who the heck knows? But yeah.
No, you got in trouble with script doctor. Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, yes. Now I remember. Thank you, Six.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, it could be the old friend who helps him lead. That makes sense. Yep.
Looks like an old friend of Indy who helps him. What now? Helps.
Oh, with the diving.
Lead him the diving team. Okay, gotcha.
Well, yeah, that would make sense with a fishing net here. If he's maybe that's on a boat. It could be on a boat.
Right. Could be.
Not sure. So let's see here. So we go. There's Mads there. Not the streamer's Mads, the other Mads Mikkelsen.
The other Mads, right?
Yeah, other Mads. Now
Other
this looks slightly de-aged, everyone, right? I mean,
yeah, this is probably like later, like in the 40s.
So they could be hopping through time, but he doesn't look as young as he did in that other clip.
No,
right?
no.
Right? So I wonder if
Probably
there are
late 40s
multiple
or something.
flashbacks. I mean,
Right,
he still
different
looks much
time
younger.
periods.
You wonder
Right.
if that's what they're doing. Yep.
Antonio's
interesting.
character is a friend of Indy's, says Six.
Okay, thank you. That makes sense. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Disney owns both Indy and Revenge of the Nerds, though. Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds is not going to be streaming any
So you're saying he's going to have a crossover?
crossover?
In this movie that they're going to have some of the characters from Revenge of the Nerds?
No, just saying. Yeah. Wait, could you imagine it?
Never know.
And actually, one of my good buddies, his dad was worked on Revenge of the Nerds.
No,
Was
but this
one of the- yeah,
well, really?
And
Oh, you told me about that, yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, do you have any pies left? I want one of those pies. And I'm going to be in trouble for saying that.
No, I know he's not Toth. I said he's not Tote from after Raiders, who died in Raiders, Trevor, but I've heard someone say that he's a younger version of Tote, which I don't, or Todd or whatever, but I don't think he is. I'm just goofing around because someone said that. I'm like, I don't That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Whoever Mads is, he's a character that we haven't seen before.
And yeah, this looks like, and of course you got a typewriter here, so you know this is not modern day. And well, back in the 60s, you would have typewriters too. I guess this is on the train. This must be the train scene still. So that's my Star Trek background on the screen. And here we go. Here's the Dial of Destiny.
The Dial of Destiny. You could dial up a destiny for yourself, baby.
Yeah.
Dial
Maybe it's like a
destiny.
genie. You can.
It's like a time.
It looks timey-wimey, but
like a Bajoran time orb.
But even if it's not, maybe it does something else. But it's probably something with time or Dial of Destiny. You can control the future. Maybe you could control the future and not the past too. Who knows? Yeah,
I don't know. I always love it when MacGuffins like that, where they have this is a little object for some reason can do all this crazy crap. Why? Because it can.
Because it can, right? Yeah. So that's a cool shot, and I was able to clip that crossover. Indy Times travels forward to see if he's really a replicant. Where's Captain Finity? Where's Captain Finity when we need
Captain Finity would
Someone
love that.
Get him back.
He doesn't like us because we're not deconstructing time travel tonight. Well, you don't want to steal your job, dude.
Yeah.
Dial H for hero. That's what I've been calling it. Yeah. I mean, if a dial could turn you into a superhero like Dial H for hero does,
I'd like one. Yeah. So the text here is, let's get the lines here. Things I can't explain, and I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. And there's Waller there. So much, and this is a cool scene too. This reminds me of old Indiana Jones exploring. Then this, and then of course they go. Everything falls out from under their feet. This is very cool trap there. I'm going to believe it's not so much what you believe. Now this is some bad CGI here. This is this does not look good actually. That's supposed to be present day.
The motion blur on Indy does not match the motion blur on the horse.
Yeah, it does not look too good.
Edges are too. Yeah, if you look, like you can't even find the lower lip of the horse because the motion blur, and the outline of Indy is pretty clear.
Yeah, so it's when I first saw this scene, I didn't notice it, but then when you overanalyze, then you can see or clip it. Obviously, then you can see stuff like this. Yeah.
Ovaltine. I want some Ovaltine. You got any Ovaltine, Bond?
The world's first computer, found in reality in 1901. Yeah. Oh, Captain Finity is streaming now. He should time travel over back to us. Yeah. Let's see. So Indy's maybe this is a ticker tape parade I heard for the Apollo mission, or maybe landing on the moon. Yeah, so that CGI is not good. So they probably did this scene with an actor and just put his head on the actors. That's my guess. But for some reason, the CGI doesn't look good. Yeah,
they're gonna be doing that a lot in this movie.
Yeah,
in the old days, what they would do too, they just have another actor and try not to show the face. Or so as I've been clipping movies for Toxic Tuesday, like last week, you get the stunt double in the movie, and you just see it. All of a sudden, it's not Sean Connery. One of the guys looked like Roland Atkinson. His face, as
really?
Yeah. And what did we do last week? We did. I can't remember the movies we do on Toxic Tuesday anymore. So
you did Thunderball.
We did Thunderball. Thank you. So the scene in the library where in the beginning where he punches the not the woman, but the guy's pretending to be. He goes to his funeral and he's dressed up as his in drag as his wife, and Connery knocks his block out. But the fight scene then, the changes, or especially in Star Trek too now with the 4K version of Star Trek, you go back and watch those old classic Star Trek fights, and
you can see
they did a pretty good job. You see the stuntmen on TV. On the little TV, you'd never see it back in the day, but in 4K now, you can pick it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's let's see. Go to the next clip here. I don't know who that character is supposed to be.
What the hell was that? I don't know.
But he's up to no good.
I think it's the Neo Yahtzee guy.
Oh, check out the old film camera there. Very cool. It's a movie camera. Yep. Wonder if it's a Bolex. The beauty queen is not happy as the car spins out. Is that Miss New York? I'm not sure.
Hmm.
No one memed this. Yep. So, yeah, only agrees with trails. It looks a bit too much like CGI studio backlot. So, yeah, this scene didn't look as good. Fast, it looked okay.
I like the convertible.
Yep. Nice Lincoln Continental, it looks like there.
Yeah.
And then we go back to classic indie props, right? The fedora and the whip. Yep. And maps and a slide rule.
Yeah, her jaw's unhinging. Yeah, tiger stripes.
Yeah, that was a big
Indy's desk.
That was she doesn't get lockjaw here. Yeah.
Wow.
What if that's CGI or is that real? Yeah.
She said the CGI her jaw doing that.
Well, it's a lot cheaper to have some 24-year-old CG artists that are working for a little bit above minimum wage than to have Harrison Ford come in. And it's a lot cheaper.
Yep.
Could imagine.
A lot of scenes from movies that you guys think were done practically and even TV shows were done CG. The shot in Lincoln, one of the early shots where he's at Gettysburg and it's raining, or just after Gettysburg and it's raining, and he's talking to these two Black Regiment soldiers, and you think he's there in the rain talking to these two guys, and he's actually in a green screen room by himself.
Yeah, wow.
Just because it was cheaper, a lot of these shows a lot of these shows like Criminal Minds and stuff, when they have courtroom scenes, they're just sitting in green screen rooms because it's cheaper to have guys like me
make the room
CG in the background than it is to actually drive people to the set.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Or drive them across town to a real one. So, yep.
Oh, and then Hungry Boy found out who it is. Yeah, that's J. Jonah Jameson. Obvious.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson. Young J. Jonah Jameson.
Good catch, Hungry Boy. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, they got the indie music starts to play too. Yeah, plus we're watching this obviously without the sound, so I don't get kibosh. But I love clipping these things. Oh, and this is for you youngins. That's the slide rule. That's a calculator back. That's what Clobber Times used for a calculator back in the '60s.
Yeah.
So
even I couldn't use a calculator in the '60s.
Yeah, so it's a slide rule. Yep.
I did have some in the '70s.
Or is it no? It could be a rule. It could be a ruler with an inset. Yeah, I thought it was a slide rule at first.
T-square? No.
Could be a folding out. A folding.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, it could be one of those. My dad had a bunch of these.
Folding yardstick.
Really nice folding yardstick.
The folding yardstick? Oh, yeah. We used to have those.
Remember those?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'd forgotten all about
those. Is that what that is?
Yeah, but then there's some nice wooden ones too that we have. With ivory inlay. Yep, that could be that.
I don't think Clobby ever used a slide rule. I think he used an abacus.
An abacus?
I did. We did. We had them in school, in kindergarten, and first grade. I don't think I didn't get past the second grade, so I don't know if they had them after that. But yeah.
Well, that's just when they were inventing multiplication. Was when Clobby was in the second grade. Yeah,
that is true. Not too long after.
It's a lot of blueprints here and mysterious. Where's Indy off to next, right? Yep.
I agree with Retro Nerd Girl. They probably should have cut the dumb parade scene out of there. So it's Indiana Jones. This is all Spider-Man. This is all Spider-Man's fault.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to get Indiana
Spider-Man is a menace. It's always Indiana Jones.
Hey. What's up, Phil?
Phil TMT. Hey. Abacus Finch. That was the guy who created Abacus Finch. Sorry. Couldn't resist.
Oh, no, that was good. That was good.
It was Gregory Peck.
And Cisco's father.
Yes, yep. Brock Peters.
Brock Peters, yeah. Or also not just Cisco's father, but also
Admiral Cartwright.
Admiral Cartwright, yeah. Guys all over, yeah. Yep.
I used a rolling ruler from 69 to make big circles in ink. LOL, Maddie's daddy. Yeah.
I don't even know what a rolling ruler. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
Rolling ruler.
Yeah, rolling ruler. I had a couple of those. Yeah,
I've seen that.
Used it for geometry class a lot. Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
I'm
there-
still
there's
freaking out
either-
about that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you.
No, that ruler thing from earlier. Go ahead.
The folding yardstick. I'd
Yes,
forgotten all.
that.
I'd forgotten all.
You've forgotten
when I-
those, right? Yeah.
Yes,
when I
those are
was
great.
I
remember
remember when I
those.
was a very small child, I just enjoyed having the way they would sort of snap back into place.
Yeah,
with
with
the
them-
bear
Yeah, I
like
used
that,
to
yeah.
mess around with
Click,
it.
click,
Right.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
When I was a little kid, no Xbox then. Just we had a
Folding ruler.
Yeah, folding ruler.
Yeah.
That was my boy. We sound old.
Absolutely.
When I was your age, all I had for Christmas was a folding ruler, and I was glad to have it. And then and then inevitably one of the ends would break somewhere in the middle at a sharp point, and so you had to use the two of them, and you try to use the third one. No,
when
just me. Okay.
When I was your age, video games was called folding rulers.
It was called books.
Yeah.
Book-
When I was your age, movies were called
books
books.
were called books.
Is this a kissing book?
Is this a? Yeah, it's kissing again. Yeah. So what's some of the one of these days you may not mind so much.
No, that's it. Yeah. I'll try.
Oh,
I'll try to stay awake. Yeah.
this look, on my screen, it's tough if I make this a little bit bigger here. But it looks like, they must have crawled through this. There's a hole in the wall here. I'm just noticing that now just because of the, probably tough for you guys to see on your, we can't see
What?
my,
Oh, the
it
hole
looks
in
like
the
this
back?
hole. Yeah, it looks like that's where they crawled through. It must be a secret
Yeah,
chamber,
yeah.
obviously. Yep. And
We're doing all the usual stuff, finding secretly buried thingies and stuff.
which Indy should be doing, right? So I guess this confirms she's going.
Well,
out
maybe
on,
not at 70, but sure.
Yeah. Well, this confirms she's definitely adventuring with Indy.
Yes.
She can be better than Mutt. We'll
She'll be the
see.
bestest ever.
And that she's definitely in adventuring gear there, right? So she's not like Kate Capshaw who's wearing high heels and a dress, and Indy
Yeah.
was getting mad at her for
Well,
the outfit she was wearing.
He did drag her. I mean, he did almost kidnap her in that movie, though. I mean,
Yeah. And Captain Skywalker says he walked 6 miles to school in the snow, but you forgot to add uphill both ways.
Both, I added
Right.
it for him. If you look in the chat a little further down, I added it for him. yes.
okay, I feel both ways.
There we go. Yeah.
Phantom Outsider said something about how Indiana Jones should know better than to fool around with a boulder.
Right. Yeah.
yes.
Genesis Abacab and Steve Miller, Abracadabra. Yeah, good songs. Yeah.
Abracadabra, let it rip, then make the sucker disappear.
Oh, the Spirograph. Yeah, those
From
were fun.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spirograph is good stuff. Yep. Phantom says,
In high
let's poke a
heels.
boulder with a stick. That usually turns out well. Yeah.
Yes.
When Clobby was young, video games were played on a Zoetrope. What's a Zoetrope?
What is a zoetrope?
You should know because you had them as a kid. You're saying, yep.
I did.
Yeah,
I already forgot.
that's
I
what
can't remember
Phantom's saying,
yesterday.
or Angry Boy's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I know. How should I know what I did as a kid? How should I know things about me
That's
that
too
only
long
he
ago.
knows?
It was so long ago. Yeah.
But I want to know stuff about me as a kid. I go see him. I ask Phantom. Or
Yep. So Giant Boulder, I guess they dislodged
High
Giant
heels.
Boulder.
right. So was Indy
And,
wearing the high heels or her? So good.
Then we got a big explosion here. Oh, it's people. I didn't even notice that in the. I didn't notice that in the
What?
trailer. There's Yahtzees in the
What?
explosion right here.
Explosion with Nazis, with Yahtzees. That almost looks like Crystal Numbskull, the same with all those Yahtzees.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
here, but anyway, I guess it's something different.
What is a Zoetrope? A Zoetrope.
A Zoe trope.
Won't tell me.
I don't know. When they tell us, we'll go, "Oh, that." But
Don't want to tell
I don't
us.
know. I'll
Yeah,
have to tell us.
yeah. Someone's got to let us know. It's probably something with like a comic book on stone
Could
tablets or
goggle it.
something, right? You can goggle it.
All
Yep.
day that I've done nothing all day, but still.
Okay, so we get Yahtzees.
Oh yeah, that.
Exploding everywhere. That's a big fancy word there, Zoetrope. Yep. Oh, spinning wheel with more than 20 images. Oh, so that yeah, it was like pseudo animation. Very cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's what.
So wait a minute. Is Indiana Jones attacking anti-war people? That's
Gotcha.
not so cool. Drum
What's
animation
that?
thing. Okay, I'll show one in a second. Yeah.
The drum
Here,
anime. Yeah.
I'll goggle it.
Here he goes. Is he
Here it
fighting?
is.
Who the hell?
Oh,
Is he fighting Vito Mortensen?
there we go.
Oh yeah. That's all right. Yeah, I guess
Very
I've seen
cool.
that. Thank you.
You learn something every day.
Thank you, Captain Useless Informationer. Just kidding.
Yeah, so I guess there's this is 69. Yep, anti-Vietnam War protests. There's a Pontiac, I think, right there in the back. Right, it looks like I'm guessing.
Yes.
I love just trying to guess the cars.
So I guess that's a Neo Yahtzee he's fighting, or that he's about to either punch or backhand or something. And of course, even though he's like a 70-something-year-old man, he's gonna whip the guy's ass.
Well, he's Indiana Jones.
Or is he?
It's like Batman in a wheelchair in Nightfall. You kick everyone's ass with a cane, being even in the wheelchair, right? He's Batman. So I guess who the heck knows what this was. Good. It's a teaser. You don't know what this fight's about, but I guess that was during the parade scene. After the parade scene, well, we'll find out when we see the movie. So he's then we're back to the Yahtzee and the Mercedes Benz.
Right, back on the planet of from Patterns of Force.
Yep.
And there's this guy again.
So J.
He's in
Jonah
the present
Jameson's
day.
back in the present day in the parade, I guess.
In the late 1969 or whatever. Okay.
And he shoots
He's
off the gun.
shooting off his mouth. He's trying to shoot him in a crowd, because why not have a big fight scene in a crowd?
We always have to have a big fight scene in the crowd. James Bond loves having fight scenes in the parade, so why not Indy, right? And it's if you look in the window here, it says "Welcome Home," carpets, linoleums. Oh, there's Farrell's Cafe. Maybe Will Ferrell is in there playing some more cowbell.
Yes,
but yeah. So
you call him Dr. Jones, lady. Yeah, there you go. Dr. Jones. It's time to kill you, Dr. Jones. No, Dr. Jones, I expect you to die. Why is he actually marching?
Yeah. I hope there's an evil Indian. Oh, that would be horrible. My God.
Oh, please, God. And I don't think I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past him, but I hope not. That
would be really bad, yeah. And Phantom and Pleasant Valley basically asking the same thing. What's going on here? But we'll find out, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Dr. Jones.
It's definitely. I don't think they're probably anti-war protesters there, but it's a parade of some sort.
So we'll find out. And Brian Hepburn said Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor was the bomb.
So like a man who had local knowledge of it.
Yep. Well, yeah, when they do a movie like this too, they try to figure out what stores were where and put you in the movie. And it says, you guys probably can't read it, but it says Apollo in the back here. So
for the Apollo moonlight. Okay, moonlight.
Yeah, so it must make sense. When was the moonlight? In July?
It was 69.
69 or August.
Oh yes, and I think Indiana Jones goes to the moon in this one.
Well, he goes with the Crystal Skull alien.
Well, yeah, there's Toby.
Toby's back, and flipping back to that train scene. And Indy's about to.
I'm hanging my head. Who is
hanging off the motorcycle? I'm guessing that is. I'm turning my head upside down. Yeah, that is Indy.
Is this supposed to be him? Okay, I can't really tell.
Yeah, that's him. Okay. Yep, that's him.
Gotcha.
Yep. Oh, JD Lewis has headed out. Thank you, JD. Much appreciated. Yep. Have a great week.
Be good, man. Yep. Have a good night.
Indy 5, Revenge of the Short Round.
Short round, yeah. Short round should be in it.
He should be, yeah. That'd be great, yeah. Maybe they nuke the fridge again, it reaches the moon. And Fanty, yeah, July 20th, 1969. Thank you. Yep. And my first guess was July, so I'll stick with that. And of course, yeah, the launch was July 16th. Yep. Yeah, we're bloody cheap with Armandola. So easy to do, no excuse. Yeah.
Agreed. We're cheated with a lot of the villains. So he's explosion, fighting Yahtzee
up
Yahtzees.
Right, yep. Yeah, like Indy does. Then he's back in the Millennium Falcon.
Cockpit of Millennium Falcon.
Yep. No, that's actually Steve Rogers in the end of Captain America, and Indy is hanging out there. Yep. So of course the World War II aircraft, the bombers, that's what the windows did look like, which is the Millennium Falcon's a copy of World War II aircraft. So so that's a nice one. But people are saying, "Oh, they copied the Falcon." It's like, well, that's the Falcon copied, the old aircraft,
Right.
which is why it feels so lived in and used. Yep.
Yeah. It's a fair call. More indie action.
Indy with the whip. Yep. I don't know why he's not taking his gun to shoot the guy, but he's grabbing the pistola,
This guy.
the Luger. He's got going for the Luger, and of course, Indy wins. So he gets that Luger. Come on, Pleasant Valley. They weren't there, were they? No, just kidding. I'm a science guy, but yeah, people to this day say they didn't land there. And of course, they put a mirror on the moon so they can prove it with scientific experiments, shooting a laser back and forth and calculating the time.
That's true. And they could also use it as weapons, so they could shoot like really dangerous lasers and wipe out anything they want. Everybody knows that. I saw that on Eureka.
Yeah, and plus we got to find out what happened to Dolly's braces on Moonraker. Speaking of moon landings, but that's another time for another story, another day.
Well, like Rakers.
Oh, I guess that's not Indy, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Howard Houdini. You think that's Indy?
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I think that's Indy. Right?
What does the chat think?
There was a recent great photo of Ford and the guy who played Short Round. The guy who played Short Round is in that new movie, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, or whatever.
Oh, he's in it? Okay, yeah. I heard that was a good movie.
I heard it was good. My sister came home to the hospital from 69. Yeah, she was born. Wow, 7/13.
This told their restaurants brought her back for the moon. Oh, was Stanley Kubrick. All right, yeah. Did the moon landing, yep.
He abused his sister. That's what brothers do.
So yeah, I don't know if that's Indy. You think it might be Indy with Chad? I don't know what you
Yeah,
think.
I mean,
It's tough to tell from the clip.
I don't know. It's underwater, I guess, right?
The haircut doesn't look like it to me, but it's underwater. Dude's stuck underwater. Maybe Namor will show up and save him. Oh, nice Jaguar there.
There you go. Yeah, nice.
That's Indy in the back of the truck there with what's
Phoebe.
do we know her character's name?
Yeah, she's Helena Brody. She's Marcus Brody's daughter, and Indy is her godfather.
Godfather. Okay, so that explained who that was. Yep. All right, so she's. I guess that's not CGI Indy. That looks like real Indy.
You said it's oldie Indiana Jones.
And the Tommy gun.
Tommy gun.
I'm assuming that's a Tommy gun. And Yahtzee.
That would
that's
make that
Indy.
scene-
That's Indy.
That would make that last scene, that there would be a flash, or I don't know if it's flashback time or whatever. That'd be like in the 40s right there with the Tommy gun.
Yes, I wonder. That's how the trailer opened.
Or no, that is in 69, but they still have a Tommy gun.
Yeah, the Tommy gun. Yeah, so that's a newer car. Yeah, but you could still have a obviously still
I don't
have a
know,
Tommy
though.
gun.
I'm not sure what the car's from.
Well, that's why I
can't
get
tell.
all these different time periods can get confusing. Yep. So I think that's Indy there. That's a cool shot with the mirror. So that's present day, I'm guessing. Back when heroes wore ties, right? Why is he wearing a tie? Right? He's all dressed up wearing a tie. Yep. 280 SC. Nice Mercedes. Yep. With the 4.5 liter. Yeah, I'm a car nerd. So yeah, it's with the one with the 4.5 liters. That's an expensive one. Yep.
All right, Steve. Take it easy, buddy.
Take care, Steve.
I'm going to bow out. Not great.
Feel better.
Clumsily.
Feel better.
No, it was great having you. Appreciate it. Yep.
Maddie's coughing quite a bit, so she's
no.
going to need me. So
No, I got you. I hope she feels better, bud.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure being had.
Well, I hope you get better, and I hope Maddie feels better too, brother.
Thank you so much.
Good seeing you, man.
Be good.
Have a good night, all. Good night,
Take
everybody.
care, bud.
Good night. Thank you, Steve. Yep. Who won the sports ball game tonight?
Dallas blew out not Indiana
Oh,
Jones
blew 'em
either, but Indianapolis.
Blew him out.
Dolphins.
Yep. Okay.
53.
Well, I had a fantasy football disaster today, but
I can't believe
I
that
might not
tie
make the
game.
playoffs.
Tie games are.
Oh,
You
I hate
still
tie
got
games.
you're
The
still
Giants,
you're still up for the and top notch for the wild card at least because even with the tie you're still ahead of Washington, I believe.
what a ridiculous
is,
loss for the
It's a crazy division because you got Dallas and Philly in it.
Yeah, so Philly's picked to win it all now, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
I don't know. Dallas might end up winning the division if Whitney gets another one knocked off. So anyway, I don't know about did Seattle win. I don't know if Seattle won or not. Planet Pleasant Valley must be. I didn't know you were a Seahawks fan. Pleasant Valley, but
So we're getting more of this car chase here. I don't know.
more car chasey stuff. That's modern day
What's that in
style.
the back?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more
60s.
modern. Yeah.
I don't know.
An Indian horse to
More
round out
horses.
I guess that's the parade scene. He goes in the subway. This is a pretty cool scene, I thought. Not that I ever want to ride a horse in the subway tracks. Plus, how does the horse know how to miss the third rail? Because he's Indiana Jones' horse. But yeah, all the electricity in the subway is transmitted via this third rail here, which you don't want to touch. Safety tip, unless you want to end up being Electro. And then we can meet J. Jonah Jameson in the parade. But
Yes.
that's pretty damn dangerous there. If you step on that third rail, you're getting electrocuted. Yep. So that's that. That looks like that's still in the subway, I guess. Yeah, must be the subway.
Right. Yep.
That was a pretty exciting scene, I thought. But, very cool. Horse. Let's get out of here. And then you got the Indiana Jones. So they changed the logo up a little bit.
Yeah, logo
It's a
looks like
different font.
I don't like that logo.
Little different
Don't
font
like it.
there. Yeah.
Did
let's see. Did I have the logo on my overlay today? Let's see here. Let's see what I got here.
Yeah, Seahawks won today.
Let's see. Well, you can't really see. Well, a little bit. You can see the logo there. So they changed. They've got these cutouts in the fonts here. Of course, engineers like to change things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So that was changing things up. Yep.
At the dial of the dynasty. The dial of dynasty.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like the change in the font, but we got the colors there. But oh well. Who is this man?
I don't know who the actor is. Anyway, this was a stupid scene right here.
Yeah, this scene I didn't like. I mean, I liked everything up until the guns go blazing.
Because when they're shooting at him and he ducks, they're still shooting up, but they're not shooting down. When he's down on the ground, they're shooting up. Like they're just not even bothering to aim at him or whatever. Well, it's kind of dumb.
That's what I didn't like. Yeah. I mean, it's a movie.
I'm a Godfather. He's mildly related. Oh God, is that gonna be the whole movie?
Well, we'll find out soon enough, I guess. Yep. So Indy goes for the whip and not the gun. Yeah. Well, this part was fun. This part I thought was fun, but then they've already got the gun pointed at them. So they're not going to miss.
No, they're going to. I mean, it's just ludicrous. Unless I don't know. Maybe there's an explanation for it.
Yeah, we're talking about there's a quote in Star Trek: The Motion Picture with Dr. McCoy.
Yes.
Clobber Times, if you want to hit it, you'll get the quote exactly when he.
McCoy says, and they probably redesigned the whole sick bay too. I know engineers; they love to change things.
Yeah, when they get the new retrofit of the Enterprise, yeah. Yep. Looks CGI. Yeah.
Her head looks CGI'd on. I guess it does. Oh, it always does though, probably.
Yeah, so this is like a funny homage. It's supposed to be, tongue in cheek.
The swordsman and the gun bit.
Swordsman and the gun bit. Except in this one,
it's like a million guys
people
with
are
guns.
Here? 1, 2,
million
3,
people with
4,
guns,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12 people with guns at the end of your table.
I mean, they'll probably have an explanation that they didn't want to shoot him because they could. There's no way they could miss. Unless he's got the dial of destiny protecting him or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, his nose is actually messed up there. I wonder if he broke his nose in the movie.
Old Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, look like, oh shit. Take a whip to a gunfire. Well, it used to work, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this part was up to there. That was silly. Like if you'd done the whip thing and then
In context, who knows?
yeah. But yeah, look, this person is shooting up. I mean,
It looks like he got his eyes done. It says Tiger Stripes.
oh, I'm sure he did. Yeah. But yeah, so that was
shooting
that
upwards.
was the thing that was.
Unless they're shooting over his head on purpose.
Yeah, that doesn't make that seem, because all you gotta do is aim down, and of course, unfortunately, movies, tables and chairs are bulletproof, but in real life, if you most rounds are going to go through a table,
Right.
depending, obviously, within reason, depending on how heavy the table is, or like car doors ain't stopping anything. Throw back to
July 30th.
Oh yeah, it was July. Yeah, June 30th.
June 30th. Wow.
Yeah, only in theaters June 30th. So not on my birthday. So I don't know if it'll be as bad as Green Lantern, but with that many guns, and it would be like Swiss cheese. Yeah. Photos from the set lead me to believe Indy and Brody's daughter are doing a Greek museum tour. Then fall into the museum reenactment of Roman soldier. That's where the time travel confusion comes from. Could be, yeah.
It could be. Now, some people are saying that they're getting it from inside info. People have seen scripts. People have seen test screenings, and you hear some other people say there have been no test screenings. So, like you said earlier, Trevor, and even people who do speak of the rumors always say, take them with a grain of salt. I personally have no use for rumors, so when I hear them, I just whatever. So, Dial of Destiny does seem to imply something with time travel. So, but you never know. I'm actually definitely of the camp that says just wait and see. You don't never know. But it is fun to look at trailers and talk about them, and that's what geeks do. Geeks look at trailers and say, "Oh, this looks good. This looks like whatever," and that's fine. But we also, for the most part, when something comes out, if you're interested in it, and I say give it a shot.
Yeah, and Tiger, that's I agree with that too.
Yeah.
To a certain, I'm like, we're having fun with this one, I think, because it kind of exploded on the interwebs, and normally I try not to. I was explaining on your show, Mike. When Phantom Menace came out, I went out, played that trailer a million times, tried to read everything, learn everything I could about the movie, and then it maybe didn't turn out to be the greatest movie either, but they kind of ruined the movie experience because you over consumed all the hype, and God, there was hype for that movie. I mean, people were camped out, for weeks waiting to go see the premiere, and it did send chills up my spine too when the movie first started, and then you hear the 20th Century Fox, you're like, I can't believe this is going to be another Star Wars movie. Yes. But and we're like, which way is the camera going to swing? I kind of think it's aged okay. Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. I'm talking about the Force Awakens and all that.
Oh no, I'm talking about the prequels.
Oh yeah, I don't mind. I don't beat up on the prequels really that much. I understand. I understand a lot of the criticisms about them, but they're not really. I mean, nothing will touch the original trilogy to me, but I don't really mind them that much. But I do understand people's problems with them, but they're pale in comparison to the filth of the sequel trilogy. But
I don't even count those new movies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Tiger Stripes. That's rough. She says Wow. Yeah, I could top
Oh,
that. I
that's a
had
bad
someone
one.
tell me the big spoiler in The Empire Strikes Back. My goodness. You know, and I didn't because I bought the comic book adaptation way before The Empire came out into the theater, and I just flipped through it here and there, but I didn't read it. And I think I bought the novel even and didn't read it. And it wasn't really a conscious decision because I was worried about spoilers. We didn't even know what the word meant. The word was never used. So I just went to the theater, and man, it was the shocker. I've heard that there were people walking into theaters for while others were walking past them back then in 1980,
And ruining the movie.
and talking about it and ruining the movie by accident, and that's brutal too.
Oh yeah, because people heard it. Yeah, I should have listened
In
to
his defense,
my
he did
buddy.
ask me, "Do you really want to know?" He did ask me. Oh, so you asked him? I see. But I learned a lesson.
That makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now
even
it's ingrained in the pop culture. Go ahead. Sorry.
was it even the actors had different dialogue and scripts because Vader was obviously voiced over later by James Earl Jones. So I think only Hamill knew, and all the other there were different lines that that were used because Darth Vader would speak on the set, and David Prowse thought
Right.
he was going to be Darth Vader's voice, and which is not cool. They didn't tell him allegedly until I guess till he saw the movie. It's like, where's my voice?
Trevor Cunningham, dude, in 1980, as a 16-year-old lad, when I was watching, sorry, I didn't mean to countermand you.
No, I was like, no,
I'll just read what he said. He said, when I first saw it in theater, I thought Vader was lying. So did I. My reaction when I saw it in the theater for the first time, was Luke's reaction. I was yelling no while he was doing it. I didn't believe him. I did not believe him until they joined minds while Luke was in the Falcon flying away after Lando had helped to rescue him. And when they were communicating, I didn't start believing him until they started communicating telepathically. And even still, I had my doubts. I was gobsmacked. I mean, I was.
I never thought of it, but that's interesting though too. Yeah, you could think of it that way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well then I went to see the movie 15, 16 times at the theater that year. I mean, it was my all-time favorite movie.
There's a hilarious scene where Homer and Marge Simpson ruined ESPN Empire Strikes Back on the way out of the theater, walking past the line, making everyone angry.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I've probably told you about this before, but I saw a video of YouTube saw it many, many years ago, but it was not long enough. But it was still YouTube. It was around. I guess it was fairly newer. I don't know what it was, but anyway, this guy had his two kids. These two kids, boy and a girl. They couldn't have been, I don't know, man, like 4, 5, 6-year-old, somewhere up in there. And they were kids, so they weren't as exposed to the pop culture because it wasn't as big as internet presence back then, I guess.
Yeah.
So, because now you can't. I mean, even if you hadn't seen Star Wars, everyone knows, Darth Vader's Luke's father.
Everyone knows that.
These young kids didn't know, and he was showing them the movies. So obviously, like a good geek father, he showed them the first Star Wars, and they loved it. And he showed them Star Wars without them knowing about Luke's father, and he recorded their reaction.
Oh, that's.
And he showed the YouTube video of these little kids, and when he makes the reveal, they got these kids going, their faces just like, oh my god, their reaction is so cute. And so I was like, oh man, that's pretty amazing. So they didn't have it spoiled for them. It was a nice shock to them. They were young. Like I said, they could have been 5, 6 years or something like that, but it was as cute as it could be,
Oh yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and that's the way you give have a true genuine surprise in a movie too. I mean, that was just so well done. Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So people don't believe. You're right. Yeah, people might want to believe it. Yeah.
But now, I think my kids, again, they were young enough to when I got them into Star Wars at a young age, I was able to let them. I didn't film it or anything, but I let them find out by watching the movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's the way. Yeah, my kids found out watching the movies too, but I think they saw them when they were so young. It's a different reaction, obviously. When I think my kids are watching those at age 5 or 6 or 7. Who, and then when you're much older, not much older, but 9, 10, 11, you got some better comprehension. That makes a difference too. So, and it's so ingrained in the culture too that most people know that. So. But yeah, that's a great moment. That's one of the all-time great moments in movie cinema. And I was joking too, where my friend leaving Highlander 2 was yelling at me not to go. Don't go in. Don't go see it.
You should have listened.
I should have listened. Should have got my refund right then and there. Yep. But that was one of the all-time greats. And the other story I've told many times too is a couple, and I just remember watching it on like the local news. I've never found what happened years later. There's no interwebs back then. But they got married, I believe, before Empire Strikes Back or Jedi. When do you find out Luke and Leia are brother and sister? Is that's Empire,
That
right?
was Jedi.
You don't find? Do they tease that in Empire?
No,
they tease that.
They kissed in Empire. Remember? No.
It was Jedi. Okay, so this couple they had set up a Star Wars wedding, and they got married as Luke and Leia before the movie premiere. Before the first showing.
And
then they went in.
I guess they
No, they
the book.
and actually, the other thing is David Prowse. So I'm like, oh my God, could they be in the movie theater and find out they're brother and sister? Oh my God!
I heard about that wedding. That's fantastic, though.
Like,
I was so mad at Lucas for that. I mean, that's why. Look, spoiler alert. As a 19-year-old kid, the second most disappointing movie experience of my life. Well, the first most, but the second in 1983 when I walked out pissed off at Return of the Jedi. It took me about 30 years just to get used to it. I like it now, but I hate a lot of things about Jedi. Superman 2 was and Superman 2 were the worst, the most. I had so many problems after seeing a first movie that I love. In the case of Jedi, for two movies that I love. So Superman 2 and Return of the Jedi were the worst for me as far as just disappointments after something I loved. And Jedi, man, that was one of many things that I hated. Making them brother and sister was asinine.
I didn't mind that. And I also, Superman 2 was one of my other great movie-going experiences because we went out it was family night. We got to go to McDonald's. I got to get a small milkshake and fries. And then my parents, I'm 4 years younger than you too, but that's a big difference when you're, at
that age. Yeah, you were 15.
So much younger, and my dad wanted to see the movie, and mom wanted to see the movie too. So that was kind of cool for me that they would want to go see that. When did that movie come out? 80 or 81? Superman 2?
Superman 2 was 81.
81, yeah. So
I hate I was I went through some crap with that movie. I wouldn't admit how much I hated it when the first time I saw it. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was like, but I'm just saying that age difference too it's a different reaction too when you see the movies. That was one of my all-time fun movie going experiences too. Yeah,
exactly, Trevor. I wait like you. I waited 3 years after seeing The Empire Strikes Back, my all-time favorite movie. I wait 3 years to see Return of the Jedi, and then it starts out as the Muppet Show, and we're kind of in trouble. I knew that. Then we find out we have to see Yoda die and have to hear about Luke and Leia being brother and sister. Then we get the Ewoks, the Care Bears movie. Then it ends in a big kind of rehash of the first two movies in the first film, and it was. Look, you could feel Gary Kurtz not being there. The lack of Gary Kurtz is why that movie is so terribly flawed. Certainly, there are a lot of things that are good in it now. That now, all these years later, I've had to come to Jesus with it because it's all this bad water under the bridge. I like it enough now, but still, I have there are things that make me cringe about it.
Yeah, I love the opening of that movie because I'm showing Luke as a badass. So that's the Gamoran guards. I think they've kind of fixed them in their latest iteration on in the Mandalorian. They didn't look so Muppety. They don't look so Muppety now. But I just love that opening scene where Luke is a badass Jedi, and he's using his powers and he's playing that rescue out. And you got C-3PO and R2-D2, classic moments. Yeah. And everyone, of course, complains about, quote unquote, everyone, I'm saying, the slave Leia outfit, and she ends up killing Jabba, right? So she gets her revenge on Jabba, showing how powerful and strong she
and
is
as
too.
kids,
So.
we got something out of it too, because we got to see her in that outfit, and we all love it. And
Yep.
toxic masculinity or what? Hey, all I know is I've been to many a Dragon Con and other cons where they had slave Leia contests where 20
right.
to 30 girls dressed up as slave Leia, and so
right.
a lot of ladies love the costume too.
Yep.
Yeah,
So and then so Yoda did say there is another. Yoda told
he said
Kenobi,
there's another, but that
you didn't know who it was.
I mean, when he said that, I was going, he must mean Wedge, because Wedge keeps getting lucky. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I was kidding about, but that was my joke about going, who's that other? Maybe it's Wedge. I mean, who knows?
And
Sarah Douglas.
She had a problem with Jedi too.
Yeah. Oh, retro nerd girl. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of us did. Just depends on a lot of it does kind of depend on age, because I hate Ewoks. It wasn't until Jar Jar Binks came along and became almost as annoying as Ewoks that anything challenged their annoyingness.
Well, they should have been the Wookiees, right? They should have been Kashyyyk.
Should have been Wookiees.
The original plan, as Wookiees, that would have made a lot more sense. I mean, the fight ended up, it was a fun kiddie movie scene in Jedi where, which is kind of ridiculous, but it was fun in a slapstick humor way. Where it ended up being like a March of the Wooden Soldiers type scene versus, would have been Wookiees, would have been a kick-ass fight. But there's a lot of people love that fight and the slapstick and the walker getting smashed between the trees, and so,
I hated it.
I know.
I like the movie a lot better than I used to. Like I said, I can watch it now and enjoy lots of it, and I love the Luke and Vader stuff. Believe me, the prequels a little bit, and the sequels a big time make it look like a masterpiece.
Yeah. Care Bear Picnic. Yeah,
I called it the Care Bears movie.
Yeah, I mean, I when I went to see it, I have to say I love that movie too as a kid, and I can see the criticisms, but it just gave me such a good feeling seeing that. And the Ewoks, they're kind of annoying, but I got over it. Yeah.
I was running that comic shop when that movie came out, and we kept hearing we got our comic book adaptation like a week before, and we weren't supposed to. The comic book adaptation, the Marvel Super Special, hit some stores, like some drugstores, the week before in New York and stuff like that. And George Lucas got pissed off. They say he tried to get the FBI to go and take him off the shelf. He tried to get law enforcement to get him off shelves and stuff like that. He made a big stink about it. But that was common. The comic book adaptations always came out before movies back then. And anyway, but I had it and didn't. I just flipped through it. And I remember I had a bunch of us from the comic shop that went to the movie, and one guy that I ran into there had just got to see some kind of screening of it, and he kept telling me how much I was going to love it. And I was like, dude, I don't want to hear it. I'll see it, but I'm kind of disturbed. And he says, I'll bet you $1 that you love it. I said, sure. He said, well, I owe you $1. Remember, because I gave him $1 for something. But I'll bet you that. I says, whatever, dude. I just hope I do love it. And man, he walked up to me all smug after the movie, and two of my friends with us said, you don't want to talk to him right now. And I said, he said, didn't you love it? Didn't I tell you? I said, he thought I was making it up just to mess with him, that I hated it. It took me like 20 minutes to convince him that I really did hate it. And I went back I only went back like once or twice to see it again to make sure.
To double check, yeah.
Whereas Empire, I was going back and forth every week, like multiple times.
But this is interesting here. They said Vader's true face was revealed. It was Sebastian Shaw and not Prowse. Ever know why? So 78 years before Empire, Prowse made a public appearance where he revealed to the press that Darth Vader was Luke's father. The moment was reported by San Francisco Examiner. The world didn't have access to the interwebs then, so Lucas and Star Wars enthusiasts had no way of knowing that Prowse was running around spilling the beans and the most valuable piece of information the franchise could ever have. And I think there's a clip of that in here too. Let's see, I guess if I clip on it, I've seen the clippings from they're probably going to show it here. Let's see. Yeah, so here we go. So if I zoom in, so they blow they blow the
Oh, they
Right here, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's true, Tiger Stripes. It is. Leia's outfit is very Frank Frazetta. Good point. I love it.
So look at this. That Luke learns that Darth is in fact his long lost father. I should put the spoilers here,
Nah.
just in case.
Statute of limitations is up.
Yeah, father
When was
can't
this
kill
from?
son. Son can't kill. So they live again in Star Wars 4. Wild cheers. So this was July 24th, 1978, 2 years before Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
What does it say? May the sequel be with you and offer a glimpse possible. The second sequel. Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, the young. What the hell?
Yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah.
Is this real?
Yeah, no, it's a real article from the San Francisco Examiner, July 24th, 78. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it says possible plot for the second. So maybe he just guessed right.
Plot.
Yeah, he guessed right. Yeah. Do what I say we're doing it.
Well speculated.
Yeah. So
well done. Wow.
Just interesting. Yeah. So Hepburn's name was real. Yep. But that's of course back then, yeah, no one would know and no one would would see that. But so that's interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yes, it is kind of it's also more Boris Vallejo, says Hungry Boy. Yeah, well that's app. It's kind of it's also that slave lay outfit. It's also a little Deja Thoris in there, don't you think? Well, there you go. Look at this. So what you've got here? Yes, that's a damn shame about Star Wars cultists. Indeed, that's a damn shame about David Prowse, though. Yeah.
No, it was a great physical presence in the movie. And if you haven't seen The People versus George Lucas, it's that's interesting. Real interesting documentary there. Yeah. So yeah, it's just interesting to read about all this stuff. Yeah. So I got one more thing I got to show tonight. So before we head on out of here, it always gets late early here. Let me find the clip. My brother-in-law was out in California. I don't think he's going to mind if I show this. So let's see here. Let me find it. He got to go see the Bat Cave. So
What is this?
So he went to No, he just walked through the Bat Cave. So let me show the movie that he made in the Bat Cave. Let's see. I think I put it in my downloads folder. Let's see here. Let's see if I find the clip here. Okay, here it is. All right, I don't think he's gonna mind if I play this. I was gonna ask him. I didn't have a chance to ask him, but what's he gonna do? Disown me?
Yes.
All right,
does he own you now?
No, he doesn't.
Disown you if he owns you. So.
Yeah. All right. Paul won't mind. Yep. No one knows who he is. Yeah. So let me reshare this.
This is some kind of event that he attended, I take it.
No. He just was out there with his buddy who's a filmmaker. And I guess it's pretty easy to get to. Oh,
when you say Bat Cave, we're talking about no food tonight. For those new here, we do Mark tortures us with food sometimes, but no food tonight.
I can show food. Yeah. Or can of food. No, that's all right. We don't need food here. Please don't. All right, let me present my screen here and share the audio.
Some of us can't afford things like food like you can,
I hope everyone. Yeah. All right. So let's hide this. Yep. All right. So here we go. So let me go to the beginning here. And Paul, I hope you don't mind I'm showing this, but yeah.
Paul, hey, don't blame me, blame him.
Bat Cave. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Walking through the Bat Cave. Why am I shooting vertical? Because it's a cave. Wow. Mark, this is for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Incredible. Dark. Oh, Christ. There's probably critters in here. Oh, my God. I got to get out of here. All right. Made it through the other side. That is a wrap.
Made
it. So thank you to my brother-in-law for that, for surviving through. So I guess
the Bat Cave.
That's from the 66. That's the Bat Cave. that the car drives
I
out
mean,
of.
the car drives out of from where it drives
Yeah.
out over that sign that says 14
Yeah,
miles
yeah.
to Gotham City.
Yeah, so that's that. Yeah.
Wow, coolness.
So let's show where that is on the map.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he said it's not that tough to get to. Of course, there's signs in the front.
I thought we were
where
gonna
it's-
say he was gonna went to sets or something like from the show.
Oh, sorry. I should have. Yeah, let's see if I can find let's see. I'll do real world
Cool.
location.
That's
Here, I
very
can
cool.
keep playing with the volume off. Yep.
Nice.
Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, let's see.
What you looking for?
I'm trying to find the actual location on the map. Yep.
Very nice.
I'm goggling it. Yep.
Is that sign out there anymore? I guess not.
Well, on the other side, there's like a danger sign, or let's see. That'll be on the map. The location of Batman 6 tunnel called Tunnel. Let's
So we run the camera through
Film.
there.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Nice.
Film
Love it.
locations.
That is very
100%.
cool.
Yeah, Bronson Caves. Here we go. Okay, here we go. That's the Bronson Caves. Yeah. Bear with me as I gog. Actually, you're supposed to do this ahead of time before you do a show,
Yeah,
right?
we're just goofing around. It's Sunday Night Geekery. This is how we roll
Yeah.
up in hill.
All right,
How
so
we
here
roll
we
up
go.
in hill. There you go.
So
Bronson Cave in Griffith Park. Yes, sir.
Oh, so it's a man-made tunnel. Okay, playing the entrance. Yeah, a very short trail. It's about as easy to see Bronson Cave in real life as on the screen. 2/3 of a mile round trip. Is 50 feet of elevation change, so an easy outing to the Bat Cave.
Yes, that one will probably barely fit in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Barely
the hike
fit.
begins the Canyon Drive on the south side of Griffith Park, Bushkill Canyon Trail to Mount Lee, and the Hollywood sign. Yeah, so that's where they were. Yeah, so yeah, on TV it looks looks a lot different, obviously, right? But it's a man-made cave there.
Very cool.
One is big enough for a Batman, the others are crawl through size. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah.
And it had that. It would drive over that the sign that said no trespassing, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Danger or some kind of something or other. And
Yeah, it
14 miles
gives-
to Gotham City.
Yeah. So here's the
There you
the
go.
trail. Yep. So you can goggle it. Yeah, and there's the pictures. Yeah. So yeah. So here we've just do 1966 Batman opening. Let's see, we just get a few pictures of it. Well, here I'll just do
Gorn
this. Will
Valley.
probably we'll just
Put it
go
over
to where the
there.
car is. Oh wait, it's not
Nice.
in the. Yeah, well, it won't be.
No,
in
it takes.
the,
It
takes-
depends now.
it depends on
um,
right. Yeah.
It's this usually it follows this shot in the episode. In other words, after the credits, after they've already gone down the bat poles, and with rare exceptions, almost every episode has that shot of them coming out of the
Right?
cave.
Doesn't it? Yeah, I thought that.
If you go to
Oh, here we
TV
go.
or
Yeah,
something.
Gotham 14. Here we go. Here we go.
There you go.
So there's the cave. Here, turn the volume.
Well,
What are they gonna?
let's change.
I'm not monetized anyway, but yeah. Who cares? Here we go.
Show it for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Bronson Cave. Yeah. God, I love that car.
There you go. Gotham City, 14 miles.
15 miles. There we go. All right.
Nice.
Oh, so they had to pull out slow and speed up on the film. That makes sense. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Seeing that my brother-in-law's video, yeah, it's a lot smaller than it. Your picture is a big, huge cave, but it's not. Yeah. Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Very cool.
Like it.
No, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, why don't we close her down? It's getting near 1, and well, we still got 16 people watching. That's
All
pretty
right.
awesome. So,
Cool. Great to see you.
Yep.
Very glad you're all here.
yeah.
Okay, doke. So let's go ahead.
Alrighty, so let's
wrong.
say goodnight to everyone that was here. So let me go
Yeah.
all the way back
Thank
to
you
the
all.
beginning. So thank you
Join
for
me
hanging
tomorrow
out.
night.
Yeah, so Clyde, what do you have going as I scroll back the chat? What you got going on Monday night? Mark C Comics.
Tomorrow night on Monday night, Mark C. excuse me, Comics Talk. My good buddy Carlos of the Mexico radio show Comics Mania will be joining me for another Klobby's Classic Comics review. We're going to review the John Byrne 90s epic one-shot team-up crossover Batman Captain America. So comics review. We have a lot of fun with those. Then Tuesday night I'll be on Midnight Edge After Dark with Tom and the gang. Of course, what a great time that always is. Wednesday, I think Loki and 24 night will have the comic book roundtable at 7 p.m. Central. Then after that, I'll go back to my channel at 9 p.m. Central Wednesday night. And instead of a wild card for the usual wild card Wednesday night, I'll be having a guest, the great Michael French of Retro Blasting. We can hang out and blast some retros. Just talking.
It'll be a wild time.
It'll be a lot of fun. Yep, it always is. And then Thursday night again on twice. I'll be on Midnight's Edge After Dark, 7 p.m. again with 6 p.m. with that great gang over there, and then on with you and Raquel at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Clubhouse. So
when are you not streaming?
There's not a day, because Friday I'll be there with Nick at the comic shop with those guys, and then Saturday I'll be Saturday night Star Trek again, and then hanging with you next Sunday night. So there's not a day that happens in the past 5 months. I can't think of a day that I have not streamed somewhere. In some cases, twice in a day. I don't know what the hell.
Well, we all need more clobbering time. So thank you for
don't.
being here. And
you don't need me, but I'm glad you're all with me. But you don't really need me.
Yeah.
You'd be fine without me. Trust me, I'd be fine without me.
Come on, we always have a great time hanging out, and
Thank you.
we always
Absolutely.
appreciate your streams and your knowledge. So it's all good, Yep,
Appreciate you.
So let's go back in
Good
time.
night,
I'm traveling. Good night, everyone. Yep. So I'm going to shout out as many people as I can and try to not to forget too many. But Apollo's Minion was here with the pepperoni, of course, and thank you to Maddie's daddy and Dadman for hanging out with us tonight. And they had to leave, but go check out Dadman's channel. Oh, here I got to put in Dadman's. We got to get Dadman to 100 subs, because he's going to do 24 hours streaming straight. So, and then he can change his name on the. Here they got the new YouTube handles anyway. But here we go. So if anyone please sub to Dadman. We want him to stream 24 hours straight. So Brian Hepburn was here, and of course the ever awesome Hungry Boy. Kal-El, thank you for being here. Brian Hepburn, Claude was here. JPR PH1, Claude Salling was here. Let's see here who we got. Of course, Dadman was on the panel too. He's in the chat as I'm rolling through. Pleasant Valley Picker, have a great week. Dave G Sound was here. Thank you for being here. Of course, Fandom Outsider. Pleasant Valley Picker, Tiger Stripes, thank you for being here. I said Claude, Donnie Pearson. Oh, Cardinal Sin stopped by.
Yeah.
Captain Infinity stopped by. Trevor Cunningham was here. And thank you very much to Retro Nerd Girl. Thank you for subbing and hanging out with us. And everyone go check out Retro Nerd Girl's channel. Donnie Pearson was here. Thank you, Donnie. Brian Hepburn. Antiderivative Jill. Go check out her channel. She's got some great Star Trek stuff and great shows going. I believe I said Tiger Stripes, and Michelle was here. Be good, Michelle. Hope you're healthy and doing well.
Yes.
Dave, Captain James T. Skywalker, JD Lewis. Hey, we had a rocking chat tonight. I'm only halfway through scrolling. All right, so I'm going to go down towards the bottom here and see who I forgot. But we don't want to spend 20 minutes. I should just write it down as people come in. Oh, 6. Thank you for hanging out with us, 6. Our lovely 6. Let's see here. Who else was?
I just named a bunch.
Going through fast. Yeah, you can name a bunch. You have a better memory than
Kal-El.
I said Kal-El, I think. Yeah.
See, you already named them. Then you got everybody probably.
I don't want to miss anyone. I hate missing someone. But I really appreciate.
Dave.
I really appreciate Dave. Yep, we got Dave. Yep.
Yeah. Stream Elements. You got him.
Stream Elements bot. Yeah, I forgot to say that. Yep. Now we got some good praise here, Cloudburn tonight. So we got Tiger Stripes says, thank you for the live stream. Take
Good
care.
to see you, Tiger Stripes.
Hungry Boy says, one of the best. Well, thank you. Yep.
Thanks, Hungry
And
Boy, buddy.
Dave says, good night. Retro Nerd Girl had a great time. Thank you, Retro Nerd Girl. And of course, thank you, Kal-El. So yeah, this was a lot of fun tonight. And once again, yeah, thank you for you got hitting 400 subs was something I never thought you'd get to, but that was a lot of fun. Oh, Dadman's back.
Dadman's back. What's up, buddy?
Dadman, we're just shouting out your channels. We're saying goodnight here, but
that's fine. Sorry, I got held away. I had a
no, it's all good.
So.
Life happens, and no, much appreciated. So hopefully we'll get some subs for. Oh, and you know, as I'm getting out of here, let me show. I got to see some cool horses as we're talking about hitting 400 subs. So here I'll just show. I had I'm gonna do a short every day, probably Christmas ornaments. So look for my shorts for Christmas ornaments. And here's I guess I can share that. Yep. So I just did a sub. This is the classic. That's coming through now, Con. That's the classic Wrath of Khan ornament, because you've got to have a Wrath of Khan ornament on your Christmas tree, right? Why not?
You do gotta.
And then last night we had I better mute that. Who knows with the YouTubes?
Yes, be very careful of that.
Well, actually, because it's licensed under the short, but under the live stream it might not. But yeah, so we had fun on First Light and some cool horse rides last night. So that was a lot of fun. Yep. Oh, Dad, man, 3 more hours. Yeah.
Yep. Night crew.
Night crew. Yeah. So and then I did a short on this Indiana Jones figure. Well, this is okay.
Oh, when did you get this?
I got this in 2008.
Oh wow.
Because I looked up how old the action figure was. So it's a really cool figure that talks.
I'd like to have got that one.
So and then I did. I haven't done a long review. So then I said, let me do a longer review of it. And I just got a new headset. And I, the opening was okay, and then I had about 15 minutes of no volume. The video is good, so I got to go back and redub it or whatever. But I'm like ready to upload. I'm like, well, I better listen to this. And I'm listening, total boomer moment, and there's no audio for about 15 minutes. So at least I have all the footage. I'm showing the figures, so I'll have to go back and redo it. But total boomer moment, but. So, Dadman, we were just shouting out your channel. Cloudy gave a recap. So, what's your next big stream? Are you doing Fortnite on Monday, or what are you doing?
Probably. We may have a surprise thing on Tuesday night with me and the missus. We're trying to work that out if we can get the logistics to work quickly. This week, it kind of with the change of the football season, it's kind of broken up a little bit. So watch Twitter for that. Dadman Walking 55. There'll be some Fortnite streams up sure along the way, and maybe a couple surprises here and there that are not football. But my next big show would be the 15th, which would be a week from Thursday at 8 p.m., which would be a college bowl game preview.
All right.
And then on the 29th, I'm having a specific playoff. College playoff with the 4 teams preview. So those are the big things this month.
And Dadman's been every Sunday night. I'm assuming you're going to be on with Lorraine and Culture Casino talking about Fast Pass. Or you're pausing that, or
they're pausing it for the rest of this month. Although she's having her last show for the year next week, but that should restart in January.
Okay, so look to Dadman on January for that. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, let's.
And of course, I'm with you on Friday nights, Mark.
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, we do the Fortnite late night Fortnite streaming, and we used to do more late night Fortnite streaming, but once in a while, yeah, we'll tweet that out. But we have a lot of fun here, and much appreciated everyone who subbed and followed us and enjoyed hanging. It's like hanging out in your living room with your good buddies, shooting the bull and debating why Return of the Jedi was the best movie or the worst movie, but it's all fun geek / nerd stuff, which I love talking about. So,
if you ever thought it was the worst movie, I would hope that the Mouse trilogy would have changed your mind by now. But
oh yeah, no, absolutely, dude. Yeah, it helped.
We-
It really, those movies really helped. How much, they changed me to not hating Jedi like I did.
yeah,
It really did.
Yeah. So, I better take that off. All right, everyone. Well, great being with you. Hope to catch you during the week. And let's get the Blues Brothers to get us on out of here.
Have a nice one.
Because it's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. We got a half a pack of cigarettes.
All right. Have a good week.
All right. Now, if I could find my outro, I got too many things in here. There we go. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.